Alrighty, there we are. A kind day to you all, I'm Kinsmark, and this is Chapter 17 of the stream series Fallout 4. And I think it is time I move things along. Because at this stage, I have the allegiance of the Brotherhood of Steel. I have assembled the Minutemen. I have also established some contacts all around the Commonwealth such that I have an awareness of Institute movements. And so, I think it's time I start on chasing them down. Which means I have to deal with Piper, and Diamond City, and probably the mayor thereof. So, unpleasantry abounds.
All the suckiest people that we don't want to deal with.
All of my least favorite parts.
Menthius says, congrats to 200 followers.
Hey, alright, thanks.
Yep.
I hadn't realized we actually reached that milestone. That's cool. Alrighty then. So cheers to all who've already shown up. Appreciated.
Which is Bob, Menthius, Marcus, and Sock Sandwich.
Very cool.
As for who's actually active in chat. I am sure there are others who are lurking.
Mm-hmm. So I think...
And we love our lurkers too.
Of course. I think I'll familiarize everyone with all of the work I have put into the castle since the last stream, which is considerable.
It's a lot.
I have spent several hours working on this, so we'll just start from the central gate here.
Scarlet says he is having fun with a new KSP mod. Which, it's pretty cool. As per usual.
Oh, wow. That's cool.
Yeah.
I approve.
Scarlet is the resident Kerbal master.
Yeah. So, as far as my castle renovations are concerned...
He's done a lot.
I've installed a main gate, as well as a catwalk for the guards here. Let me just shut that, because I have had to weather a few attacks. We have a significant population, and as you can see, I've installed the wind turbines across the seawall. I have...
Pyro is here also.
Cheers and hello.
Yeah.
I've also installed a couple of farm fields across the top wall.
Installed isn't the right word.
I planted them. I have seen to the integration into the system. So, and because the reason I put them up here is because I wanted them out of the way, and I realized that this is actually plantable soil. So it's like the top of the walls was filled in with earth, which I think is actually, historically, how some of these older forts, in American history, were actually constructed. So...
Rebecca says, hello everyone. Have any of you missed me?
Hello, hello.
Yes, we have.
A few people have indeed missed thine absence. So... I have also...
Miss his absence.
Well, no, I can't speak this evening.
What are you talking about? That's wrong.
I have also installed the 5-point cannons that I think are intended for each of these circular areas. Which means I have an entire artillery fortress with which to strike. I haven't constructed artillery in any other settlements yet. I can, because I checked as I was working on a couple of other settlements in the special section of the construction menu, and I can construct artillery there. So I can actually, with significant time and effort and resources, construct an artillery network all across the Commonwealth so that I can strike at pretty much anywhere, which
is awesome.
I appreciate.
That guy says, oh wow, you built up the castle. And Snowman Grins says, hey Akin, via in chat.
Hello, hello.
Hello. Pyro says, I got a copy of the Millennium Falcon Owner's Workshop Manual. Got lots of stuff about YT series ships.
Very cool.
That is cool.
So, I've also given Ronnie Shaw her own office, because she's our quartermaster, and, I mean, anyone in such a position needs a suitable office space. So,
complete with a,
she has her own little sleeping quarters here, and a
a
cigarette dispenser,
and her,
and an ashtray.
Yeah, the ashtray.
Because I've seen as I was constructing all around the castle, she smokes like a freaking chimney.
She does.
So
she really, really does.
I haven't done a lot of work in here. I've installed a few storage spaces, which is where I'm keeping some of the supplies for my Minutemen recruits. aside from that, I've left the armory largely as is. As far as the interior is concerned... Hi, Preston.
Would like to know, Scott has a modding question.
Alright.
What are the technical limitations for modding Skyrim?
I can't recall exactly because I haven't spent a lot of time on that in some time. I know there is an ESP limit. One can only install...
Some 200.
Yeah, I think it's a couple hundred mods as far as ESPs are concerned. Textures and like mesh and model replacers, the limit is the capacity of your processor to handle them. The only hard limit that I'm aware of is the ESP limit. And of course, making sure that its load order is all squared away and everything. So this is the power armor workshop. I've expanded the barracks so that we can now handle most of our people. Engine room is moved here so that it's out of the way from the central courtyard, because that was irritating me. And I've also installed those shut-off switches at different points so that if I wanted to, I could actually cut off power to the different areas.
Ain't looking for trouble, I hope.
Nope.
So, here's our corpsman.
Here to spy on me.
And what makes you so important that I should spy on you anyway?
Hey, General.
Howdy, Johnny. Ronnie and Shaw just kind of came out. Hi. As I said, I can't speak this evening. I swear, I haven't had anything to do.
Wow, you put thought into this. I just made
have.
a barracks, built some shops, caravan shops, small farm, new walls and turrets out the ass. 162 defense.
This is how I settlement. I think a lot about them. And something that I noticed after I had already constructed, let me show you, a industrial water purifier, because I wanted this place to have a surplus of resources, because I want it to act as the crux of the Minutemen network. And so I installed the industrial water purifier, complete with a little dock to actually access it, because as you can see, let me zoom in on it, there is actually a little spigot there, because I think it's meant to imply that people, like, go to it and, like, get containers of water.
Yeah.
So I installed that, and then I saw, when I actually, on accident, when I wired the interior that comes pre-wired, for those who haven't done a whole lot with the castle, all of this on the inside.
Always glad to see the sun come up one more time. What
So,
do you need, General?
We're showing people.
I need you to shut up, Preston, is what I need. So, anyway, the interior comes pre-wired, and I came across the fact that this wire extends outside. That's because the castle comes pre-stocked with an industrial water purifier. So I accidentally came up with 80 water for my settlement, which means I had to immediately start...
We have a new person.
Oh, I do, don't I? Alright, so I need to install another place to sleep. I had to immediately account for the fact that, my resources were so high that I was immediately a priority target for raiders and super mutants and all kinds of stuff. So I just dropped everything and set about installing defenses.
Alright, so...
I think for the time being, I'm just
Alright,
going...
so the castle is basically the minimum version of Broken Hills.
Pretty much.
Sock Sandwiches might get Rainbow Six Siege today. What is your favorite map and favorite gun?
I haven't played it in long enough to really say. I really liked the Ch.17, and I forget the name of it. There's the, I think it's the Embassy? Then again, the squad and we kind of had that, like the residential house. We had that on lock. We could clear that solo, each of us, and as a team, it was a slaughterhouse. So... I think my actual personal favorite is the Embassy. The one I'm probably most skilled at clearing is the house.
Matthew says, what do you guys that play Unturned think about the latest patches, now with aircraft and boats?
Wait, there are aircraft in it now? I haven't played Unturned in ages.
And Scottish Chair says, ew, normal beds, what the fuck?
I mean, this is kind of a Spartan... military, yeah, it's a paramilitary organization, so I think I'll install another...
Bed here.
Yeah, so crates.
Can we get rid of those?
Scrap y'all. Can I get rid of them?
No.
Yeah, those are just stuck there. So, permit me a small moment
that
here.
guy says, also a little fun fact, the amount of water being made by purifiers exceeds the amount needed. The excess purifier water can be found via the crafting, the storage.
Yeah, it shows up in the workshop menu.
Bunny says aircraft and boats.
That is awesome. I gotta check into that, because that's something I've wanted, especially watercraft. I've wanted an unturned for a long time now.
Scottish
There we
Chair
are.
asks if you have any T4 vendors.
I do. Well, wait, T4. I thought it only goes up to T3. I do, in fact. I have a general merchant and clothing shop. However, I haven't enough people here yet to actually man them, so that's all I have. So anyway.
Oh, and your clinic.
Yeah, and I also have the, I think they call that a surgery center, is the highest tier clinic, as well as a place for the Bunker Hill trade caravans to come around. So that pretty well familiarizes y'all with my additions to the castle.
Bobman says voting for a big boss themed character for playthrough 2 to make the Commonwealth MS.
And that's something I wanted to kind of gauge from the audience, because I've played this in the sort of pace that most Fallout games are intended to get played, which is to say, drawn out, one takes one's time, one explores, etc. However, I know some of the criticism that people have levied at this game is that its main story isn't all that compelling, and one is rather easily distracted from it and diverted from side quests and companions and all that. And part of that, I think, is critics projecting their own activities and what's the term I'm looking for? Their own decisions onto the game itself, which isn't exactly fair. However, there is some truth to it. So, I'm considering, after I finish this playthrough, I haven't yet decided whether I would do it as another stream series, a short one, or as an actual recorded Let's Play, of essentially speedrunning the main story of this game as essentially that parent that wakes up, comes into the crisis that the initial intro is, and just says, "Screw this! I ain't allowing this! I am pursuing my son, I'm getting him, and I'm not letting anything get in my way or distract me." So essentially playing that single-minded character that isn't actually pursuing any side quests, that isn't doing any erroneous things, that I know one can actually complete the main story in just, I think, a couple of hours, like, I don't know, somewhere in like the 3 to 5 range, sometimes even less than that, from what I've seen of actual like speedrunners. So I'm curious to see if there's any interest in that, because I may just do that on my own time as something that I would kind of like use as a touchstone to see like how different is the experience. If y'all want to actually see that though, I'm happy to hear what y'all think about that idea.
Alright, pause.
Yeah.
Because I've got a lot to catch up on. Because you tend to do that. You go
I
off.
know.
Scottish Chair says T4 is where you use a special vendor such as the Vault-Tec rep to make your T3 generals T4. They sell legendaries.
Alrighty, yeah, I have one of those because I have the Vault-Tec rep in Sanctuary, although he's only manning a T2 right now, so I should probably upgrade him.
Scarlet says unturned game jam in the future?
Oh, absolutely. As a matter of fact, Menthius is actually working on something very much like that, aren't you, Menthius?
That guy says, oh, and I brought Enemy Unknown and all DLC for $10. Any advice?
Move carefully.
Yes, be careful.
And prioritize armor early on, because it will keep your people alive.
Scarlet says YouTube series at least, please.
Alright. Oh, speaking of legendary.
Pyro says Ken likes his little rant. He does.
I do.
He
Oh,
does
oh,
like
God.
his
Oh. He's so dodgy. Ugh. Get away.
Oh.
You want to go? You want to go? I've started specking for melee, so,
Menthius said,
Ow. Ow.
Sandwich, can't recommend Siege. Sock says, I'm a big Rainbow Six fan, Menthius. Don't get my hopes down. Menthius goes, I'm a big fan of the older Rainbow games.
Yeah, it's a very...
Siege is just not good enough, and Ubisoft is pushing all this esport BS.
Yeah. It's a very different game from the classic Rainbow Six titles.
Very different.
Like, I love the classics. I'm kind of on the fence about Siege. Like, I like it for just what it is. As a Rainbow Six title, though,
Not so much.
it's pretty anemic.
That guy says, oh, that sounds like a nice idea. I had it before, but never carried it out. I'm a Minuteman through and through.
That's how I'm playing this character.
Yeah.
Because
Chair says one of the best forms of armor is simply a fedora.
Marauder. So, the thing with, I think, the in-lore explanation, permit me a little sidetrack here. Just a second. It won't take long.
No, it's about you shanking the dude.
Oh, okay.
It says People Player says Ken is becoming Lord Two Shanks. Okay, now you can go off.
So, I think the in-lore explanation is, like, once you start pursuing the story, like, with Kellogg, it's implied that several years, in fact, have passed since Sean was actually stolen. And so we haven't the faintest idea where he is, how old he even is. And so there is almost a sense of, like, futile desperation to searching for him at all. Because I think it's meant to imply that there isn't exactly an immediacy to it. Like, he wasn't just taken. We aren't exactly snatching him out of the grasp of Kellogg, who just stole him. This was years ago. So we kind of, in lore, we have the time to settle in, to pursue other interests. And then, as I have with this character, which I still think makes sense for the way this character, as the way I've played him, would approach it, to kind of, you know, what's the term I'm looking for? Like, assess one's assets and call as many tools and contacts into play as one could. However, I think a somewhat more natural psychological reaction to this would actually have some amount of cognitive dissonance. Like, I don't care how long ago it was. Any other minute additional to all those years is a waste of time. I'm getting my son, and nothing is stopping me. Like, I think that's actually a more natural parental reaction. Hi there, Mr. Deathclaw.
Oh, somebody's shooting at him.
That's a synth is shooting at him. Because I've learned what that color laser means.
What is that?
I think that's a matriarch from the coloration. Yeah, that's a matriarch.
I don't like the matriarchs. They're kind of freaky.
Oh, also, while it isn't visually different, I have replaced my pipe revolver, because the one I had previously had the legendary quality that it did additional radiation damage. However, a lot of creatures of the wasteland, such as Deathclaws, are resistant to that. Yeah, that's a matriarch. I found one that has a different legendary quality, in that it fires an additional projectile per shot, effectively multiplying my damage dealt, and it's essentially, in, like, card game terms, colorless. It's just physical damage.
Behind you, love.
Yeah, it's circling.
Oh.
Which of us is the predator? Hi there.
Cyrus says, I shot off the Deathclaw tail when it was still alive.
Oh, hey there.
Oh, that's horrifying.
There we are. At this stage, I ain't scared. I'm confident.
So having it right there is not...
It's intimidating.
It's kind
I
of
can take it,
intimidating.
though, and I know I can.
I still think it's hilarious. Like, while we were building stuff up, we came across a Deathclaw matriarch with a carton of cigarettes on it. And I'm like...
It's just like, is it one of the talking Deathclaws from out west? And this one just kind of, it talks like, you know, one of the waitresses from a dive diner. I don't know, that was just my thought.
Yeah.
What is all this?
Don says hi, and that guy says,
Hello,
wait, you got a 2-shot revolver?
Yep, and it is awesome. And again, I modeled it after the Knight's Armament integrally silenced revolver that I am kind of a gun hipster fan of. Come on, friendo!
Noah says, Noah says, the Nomad scream!
Ye scream! And in my confidence and my,
Scottish Chair says, my Jangles, the Moon Monkey collection, is my declaration of President of the United States.
in my assemblage of superior gear, some of my subtlety has kind of left me. Although, when I'm, like, clearing a structure, I return to the subtle, careful approach. When it's just these fools just scattered around the Commonwealth, let's just whip out Shelly and just get started.
Is that what you named it?
Yeah, this is the new one.
Shelly?
My new shotgun.
You named Shelly?
Shells for Shelly. Alright, so I've seen this thing. And again, I've kept exploration to an absolute minimum. I have checked around some of my recently acquired...
we were hearing about on the radio last time?
I think it is.
We should
So
check it out.
I've searched around, like, the unmap-marked areas around some of my settlements. I haven't found any, like, additional places, however, so... I'm kind of marrying what I... Ooh, hello. What I wanted to do with the previous stream with what I want to do with this one, which is to say... while I am progressing the story, I'm hoofing it on the way there, so I can still explore along the way. So let's see. Property of the United States Army. Current orders. Department of the Army. Echo Company, 104th Infantry Regiment. Memorandum for record. Subject search and seizure procedure. Effective 1st of August 2077, all vehicles traveling through designated checkpoint must submit to a full stop and inspection. Inspections may include the stripping and deconstruction of suspicious vehicles. Jeez, that's pretty extreme.
Wait, what?
The stripping and deconstruction of suspicious vehicles. Alrighty then.
Okay.
Citizens are to wait inside the designated areas during inspection, avoiding communication at all times. At no time will they be allowed to tamper with the vehicle until an inspection has ended. Magazines and other approved periodicals may be made available during the waiting period. A civilian may leave once the inspection is passed. Should an inspection result in inoperable vehicle, the vehicle and/or all parts will be shipped to the civilians within 10 to 15 business days.
Oh, wow.
Alright, so we'll just ship all the parts to you. Have fun reassembling them. I'm sure mechanics actually love that policy, because that means a lot of local mechanics are getting a lot of jobs. Soldiers are instructed to refer to the civilians to a list of taxi services available in your area. Upon the detection of any contraband, as listed in the field manual, please contact military police immediately and detain vehicle's passengers until arrival. Means of detainment are subject to the discretion of the highest-ranking officer on site. Apparently I can read this evening, I just can't speak from my own vocal cords.
Yeah.
Okay, so log entries.
Marcus suggests we should check around the checkpoint really well.
Alright, we'll do. Subject, Jones family. 5th of September, 2077. Jones, Philip and Sarah, wife. Status cleared without incident. Notes, subject ex-military, U.S. Marine. Cooperation noted. Alright. So this is also confirming that the Marines, in fact, exist in this universe. Because it hasn't actually addressed which of the major sections of the military exist. It just kind of refers to them as... Like, we know the Army exists. They're one of the only specific branches that's ever actually specifically mentioned. So I find that interesting, that the Marines, they're still around. Alright, so let's see. Search yielded nothing of note, personal luggage, and one musical instrument, trombone. Ah, so he was one of the marching Marines. Contents of vehicle match the subject's story. Okay.
So they were
legit.
Oh, goodness,
Subject,
that name.
Donald Bajinski.
Yeah.
We're going to say that's what that says.
That sounds good.
Alright, 24th September 2077, Bajinski Donald, cleared without incident. Subject reported as church pastor. Attire matched story. Inspector found no need for further interrogation. Subject was cleared. Subject was cleared. Is it an error? Is it an in-character showing that military staff haven't always the greatest diction? We will never know! Alright. Subject, Deering and Kennedy. 2nd of October 2077. Deering, Keith and Kennedy, Colin. Cleared with minor incident. Notes, trunk of vehicle contained miscellaneous camera equipment and general goods, so probably journalists.
General tools left.
Oh, alright, okay. Subjects briefly detained and questions. I think you mean questioned. Produced all proper permits for filming within city limits. Incident filed with HQ. Subjects allowed passage. Alright, so yeah, probably independent journalist.
Yeah.
Let's see here. Subject, Wu family. Uh-oh. Chinese people. Alright, let's see. 11th of October, 2077. Subject, Wu, Michael, and Jennifer, wife, son, George. Status, detained. Because of course they were, because they're Chinese.
Yep.
Let's see. Notes. Subject displayed suspicious behavior, resulting in a full inspection. Did they really? Or did you just think they were because they were Chinese? Including dismantling the vehicle, of course. Despite a lack of contraband and a full apology from the inspection lead, the subjects began acting aggressively, including yelling at soldiers in a foreign language, most likely Chinese. Subjects were detained and military police was contacted in accordance with the field manual. Well, yeah, their car was deconstructed. Alright then. Oh, wait, no. I think there was something else.
There was something
after the
else.
log entries, yeah. Oh, wait, no. Database network, offline. Yeah, okay. So that's it.
Alright, so we need to check around this whole
Yeah.
area.
Let's see if there's anything.
That's sad.
So this, I think, was actually the waiting area, and they were kept observed, you know, with whoever was manning that post.
I think we need to check around this whole area.
Yeah. So, like, this little cone here, like, I think this is where they would pull vehicles in to get inspected. Yeah. Wait, is there anything in one of these vehicles?
There's another building off to the side.
I don't know.
We should probably check that
I don't
for
know.
sure.
I don't know.
Anything in the bed of that truck?
Which one? This one? What? Alright, so there's a speaker around here.
It's this.
Yeah. It's the loudspeaker here. Ah, yeah.
This checkpoint has been designated as a safe house in case
Is it?
Currently stocked with additional food, water, and ammunition.
Is it actually safe, though?
What's behind it?
I'm always sad when I can't get into the APCs. Hey! I think that's what I was told to search for. Alright then.
Yelling at soldiers, therefore detained. If you strip shirts and disassembled my car and then threaten detainment, I'd do worse than yell.
Yeah, same here. What the? Oh, hey. Oh, gunners.
Who?
This guy.
She didn't know you were there.
Yeah. Hi.
Oh, a commander.
Comandante. Sorry. This ain't your lucky day. Come on, Fredo. Come on. Where are you headed? Aha. You know what? Come here. Get your ass on the floor. Whoa, hey. Muzzle powerful assault rifle.
Yeah,
Nice.
I think they put that on loot.
To lure people.
This safe house is for military personnel
They can
only.
turn it off. There's
This,
a...
including non-military family
Is there?
members,
That's a
will
work
be
thing
turned away
terminate,
for
but they
matters
can
of
turn it
national
off.
safety.
Yeah. Alright, let me see if I can shut that off, because it's kind of annoying.
Will repeat.
Dang it.
Maybe not.
Is that
No.
the same?
Yeah, it's the same thing. Actually, are the log entries different?
I don't know.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they're the same. Alright.
No, it says you had the pacify
This is
option,
an
but as
emergency
you said,
message
the
to all
subtlety is
Commonwealth
waiting.
Army soldiers. Emergency protocols
And the thing is, when it comes to gunners, I ain't exactly inclined to pacify.
If you are in distress, please proceed to the south box.
Plus, I'm still acclimating to having the pacify option.
In your emergency handbook.
Dog tags.
I always find that sad.
This checkpoint has been designated as
Hello.
a safe house in case of enemy invasion, and is currently stocked with additional food, water, and ammunition. This safe house is for military personnel,
Can we shoot the...
including non-military family members, will be turned away for matters of national safety.
Can we, like, shoot the thing that...
It ain't gonna do anything.
Dang.
This message
Is there a
will
second
repeat.
floor? No, this is a single story structure.
Let's look
Alright,
at
then.
let's look at the armor.
Yeah. Let me take this to the castle real fast.
Yep. Alright.
Okay, so... Ascension! Oh, that is 3.
3.
So... Maybe the ION at the end?
Message to all Commonwealth Army soldiers.
It's not.
Emergency protocols 17 Echo Charlie 9 are in effect.
Ambitions.
If you are in distress, please proceed to the South Boston military checkpoint for aid. Coordinates are available in your emergency handbook.
Ugh.
This checkpoint has been designated as a safe house.
Got it.
Hey, there we are.
And is currently stocked with additional food, water, and ammunition.
Yeah, yeah. I heard you the first time, sir.
This safe house is for military
Uh-huh.
personnel only.
Is it now?
Including non-military family members, will be turned away for matters of national safety.
So... T60. And it's already got a fusion core.
This message
Whoa. I hear a lot of fire coming from that other direction.
Well, maybe we should use this and find out what's happening.
Indeed. So this is a full suit.
It is. Oh, there's another head getting shot at, I think.
Yeah, because I hear laser weapons.
Yep.
What's going on, guys? Guys? Hi. Legendary. Well, alright then.
Well, we might want to see what we have.
Oh!
Oh!
That ain't nice! That super mutant's fighting a sentry bot.
The sentry got one.
It's still fighting.
Oh.
Place your wagers! Because I'm just killing the winner.
So I don't want to play a cop character with a pacified character.
Thing is, the pacify. Oh, jeez. Pacify is, I think, the T10 charisma perk. So I kind of wish it was something you could get much earlier, because I would like to play a more pacifistic character. Because
Where's the mute?
one of the things that some people have criticized the Fallout series, much less this particular entry in it for, is the fact that it kind of forces you into a pretty murderous mindset.
Okay,
I really
where's
like
the,
that fire
where's the
effect.
legendary?
Yeah, where's the super mutant? Well, there was his gun. Where's he? Did he just liquefy?
I hope not. I want his loot.
Yeah, because he was a legendary. Wait a minute. I think I know this garage.
Yeah, we've been here.
Yeah, this is the one that's near the scrapyard. Alright, so...
Should be right out there.
where's Tall, Green, and Ugly?
Maybe he's like...
Hit.
Yeah, he's like on top of it.
Is he?
I thought...
Uh-uh.
No! We lost
Did he
out
just
on legendary here!
Fall through the floor or something?
I think so.
Man. I think the atomic explosion just evaporated him.
Wait, is that a piece of him?
It's just junk on the floor.
I was hoping it was a piece of him, because if it was a piece, then we could...
Yeah. Oh, well.
He got chopped to space. It's done.
Yeah, apparently. Okay, well. I think I'm gonna go and
Drop this off.
take this to the castle. Because, as
No,
I said,
it
as...
says I say save scrub, my man.
ain't worth it.
Sad trombone, says Pyro.
As it was, I was leaving most of the suits of power armor that I found. Now that I have the castle, though, and I kind of want to, like, stock its army, then I'm actually delivering all the suits that I find there. Okay. Hey, are you new? Howdy.
Yeah?
Yep.
Alright then, cool. I'll outfit you a little later. So, let's see, where was my power armor station? It was in here, yes. Alright. Looks like I need to make another stall. Alright, well for now, we'll just deposit it here.
And then grab the
Yeah,
core.
pull a core, that way no one walks off with it. There we are. I'm happy with the full set, that's cool.
Yeah, Bunny says, I get pissed off when enemies clip and Duke Nukem 3D. When I finish a level, I'm missing one enemy. Pyro says, I stole the fusion cores, but left the armor. That's what we tend to do.
Yeah, that's what I usually did. Or I would take
Oh,
the,
wait, check your bed situation.
oh yeah, might I
Since we
need
have
it.
someone new.
No, we're good. We're at 15.
So
So I
she was
guess
our new
she was
person.
already there, I just hadn't seen her.
Yeah.
So, yeah, like, as it was, I was just pulling the fusion cores and taking whatever pieces off the frame that I liked. I wasn't actually taking the frame on most cases. Now that I want to stock the castle, though, I'm taking all of them. So... freaking rad gulls, man.
I don't like them. They're creepy.
Whoa, 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 whoa. Those are our turrets. I know those guns. Sound like Jack Sparrow now. I know those guns. Well, whatever it was, it is already kill.
Is it already... Is it already dead?
I had one attack last night as I was working on construction there that I fast traveled into the castle from gathering supplies, and as soon as I spawned in, I heard my guns light up, I heard a couple of shouts, and then it all just fell silent. And I looked outside the wall, and there were 3 raiders all dead. I'm like, that happened in less than a second. My defenses are on point, man.
Yes.
Alright, so I need to head for Diamond City. Because...
No, it says someone convinced me not to not save $3,000 and buy a Galeo once I GTFO this god-awful state.
I mean, I think you might like Texas. It is a little warmer.
It is.
Hey, Brotherhood guys. And the thing is, when it comes to them, I'm starting to get wary of them. And it's a subtle thing, because as I've worked on the castle, they have flown patrols circling around that area. In some cases, directly overhead. And I don't know, for some reason, maybe I'm just reading a little too much into it, it didn't feel like they were helping to patrol our airspace so much as they were keeping an eye on us.
I think it's both, honestly.
Yeah. Aye. I mean, I still like them. I'm just kind of wary of them. And the thing is, in dialogue, if I could get any clearer with them, I would straight up tell them, I'm just working with you because we have a common cause. I want to fight the Institute. You want to wage war against the Institute. So let's help each other. Come on, man. Come on. I love how fast I've got this thing able to fire now.
Reasons I do legit want to move to Texas. Relatively low state taxes, a significant amount of mad decent schools, especially engineering ones. Yes.
We do.
Fun laws, and being able to brag about living in a state the size of a medium-sized nation. Yeah.
Germany could fit in Texas.
They could.
I didn't actually know that until I was chatting with Menthius about it a few weeks ago.
I always feel bad about the vertibird pilots, though.
I know, because so many of them crash.
Vertibirds get shot down by super mutants all the time.
And I mean, at first I kind of appreciated it because it was an illustration that they aren't invincible for all of their technology and all of their additional assets.
But it makes me sad because all of those
I
people
know,
are
because
dying.
so many of them, their crews and their pilots, they all get killed. Who are they all shooting at? Is this just a couple of raider gangs killing each other?
I don't know. Find out.
Because they're shooting at each other. Yeah, this is the... Whoa. Huh!
Maybe some gunners in Cyprus.
That's possible.
Guys,
Hey,
this
hey.
is too much things can kill you. Are you kidding? Fuck Australia, man.
Yeah, it ain't Australia. Texas is actually very safe in terms of wildlife.
Yeah.
We have very few predators around here. Coyotes are pretty much it. There's the occasional, like way out west, there's the occasional bear.
Yeah, but mainly you don't need to worry about that.
and-
You live in population centers.
Yeah, and if you're right on the coast, there's a few alligators. That's about it, though. Like Central Texas, it is just idyllic. Get out of my face. Heavy, having that. So yeah, it's gunners and raiders killing each other. I hear a lot of
Let's kill 'em all.
explosions.
Let's kill them all and take all their loot.
Kill them all, let God sort them out. Hey,
Don't move.
stand down.
Scottish says the biggest, Scottish chair says the biggest predator in Scotland is probably a seagull. Seagulls are mean.
They are kind of
okay?
mean, man.
I was in Norway and got attacked by a seagull, and it tried to rip my hair out. Like, no joke.
Oi.
And then my cousins laughed at me. I was
Get out of
very
my face.
upset.
You, don't you move. You.
Just chill out, asshole.
And he says, by biggest, I mean deadliest.
You know what?
Seagulls are
You know
mean,
what?
though. They
Get
are.
your ass down! I gave you a chance. You. Hey, hey.
He's the commander. He's not gonna go down.
She'll go down, all right. Okay, let's see here. Sturdy metal, sturdy metal. Carrying too much.
Yeah, I love sturdy metal though.
Give me
So
that.
much goodies. But yes, Noah, should you decide to move to Texas, we will be happy
Hey!
to help you
You
with
son-
apartment searching and whatnot.
I gave you a chance.
I'm good at that, right? I'm good at
Yeah.
finding good apartments for good prices.
Yep. Marksman's heavy. Alright.
So I'm
Alright,
actually
so that's the first time I've really applied the stand down command all that much. And it seems like it's temporary.
It is.
They change their mind after a little while.
I think so. Probably because they just watched you kill two of their friends.
Hey, I gave them a shot too.
I know you gave them a shot, but they probably
Hey,
decided,
hey, get it?
wow.
I'll make it nice and quick.
He's up there.
You can
Noah
trust
says,
me.
why, that'd be great. I also got to outshoot Kin on the range. Yep. Scottish says, I have like 8 drug dealers in my school. I'm sorry.
I had more than that.
I know.
I mean, welcome to the American public school
Look,
experience.
he's Scottish.
Oh.
Scottish chair. Get it?
Right.
From Scotland.
Right. Alright, well, I guess I'm just gonna leave some of this
And
stuff
then he goes,
here.
"Oh, shots fired!" But yeah, like
Oh, cool. I can actually move now. Sweet.
we should take our sturdy metal back and put our
Yeah.
noob girl in.
I'm not gonna worry about outfitting people on stream, because that's gonna slow things down. I'm just gonna stash them. Outfit later.
No, it says me screaming, "I will marksman!" It's my LLP forum title after all.
Indeed.
No thanks, Don.
Oh, alrighty. So.
Ugh. Ugh. I don't wanna. Tell me what. Okay, is it gone?
Yeah.
Okay. Scottish Pirate says, question, who is best Scotsman, me or Chair?
Jean Reno.
You need something to
Wait, no.
Reno.
He's French. What am I talking about?
French. What are you saying? What is wrong with you, sir? Scottish Chair has theorized that the Elder Scrolls series is based in the future of Fallout.
What?
Really?
I've heard a couple of the theories that they are actually the same universe, which I find kind of silly. Because yeah, they're
seen enough evidence to support that idea.
They're self-referential. The thing is, they're just, you know, referencing the fact that, hey, the same company made us. So, like, I know kind of the way that, like, the crossover series, like, I think that's one of the, like, sub-channels of the game theorists. You know, like, they've made the case that several games are connected. And I'm like, yeah, technically, maybe. As a thought exercise, sure. Like, in lore, though? Seriously? Alright, so I think I'm actually going to get a little shut-eye and then set out in the morning. And then I'll just fast travel to where I was. That way I'm not picking up this leg of the trek at every stage.
Scotty says, I watch the Orphans. Nice.
Hey! Well, that was awkward.
That's because there isn't any other...
I know, it's just...
We don't have enough.
When I wake up from sleeping and she's there, I'm like, hey!
Whoa!
I still haven't, like, completely recovered from the whole loss of the spouse thing. Come on! That's part of why I haven't actually gotten into any of the, I was already in that area, so I'll just head there. Like, the romancing aspect of this, because as far as I'm playing this character, he's still kind of, like, grieving. Like, chasing down the people that captured Sean is part of his process of dealing with that and getting closure. I think after the fact, once it's all, you know, resolved, however it comes to pass, you know, then he might maybe... As it is at present, that's the last thing on his mind. Ah, crap. There are super mutants here. I actually don't want to fight them. Hi. Don't mind me. He's just like the old man stepping outside like, who's that on my lawn? Damn kids. Stupid human kids. Except instead of, you know, sticking his dog on me, maybe firing a shell into the air, he sends a horribly mutated monstrosity after me and tries to fire a shell into my face. Because, hey, speaking of the dog, hi. Good job.
It's a glowing mutant town.
I know. I want exactly little of that. Stay away. Because I don't want to get stuck in firefights. Because I am trying to move things along. So this is where I was. Wait, is that active again? Okay, no, it's just a glowing husk. Okay. So, let's continue on. I actually haven't explored this area all that much.
I want to know, what is down there?
This looks like a crater.
Yeah.
Like an atomic explosion hit here.
You're getting 3
I
rounds
know,
a
I
second.
know.
I want to know what's in that shack. Because there is a shack at the edge of that crater.
Yeah.
My curiosity senses are tingling.
I can see a lot of laser fire coming from Midtown. Alright, well, let me pop a Rad-X, and I'll check in that crater. Let's see. I think this calls for Shelly, because I can see the insects already. Hi.
So this atomic explosion hit you high? Well, it is Fallout.
I mean, it looks familiar to a lot of the craters, especially in Fallout 3, where the little tactical atomic warheads went off. Because that's the thing that this setting, I think the writers and the environment designers intentionally get a little incorrect, as it were, because any atomic explosion is pretty massive. And yet, the little, like, the mini-nukes, for instance, they're actually pretty small in terms of, you know, the radius of the affected area. Ghoulified couple. These were raiders. Hanging out here holding hands. Is there a letter?
I don't know. This is interesting.
It seems like they just lived here. And as ghouls, they're immune to the radiation, so they would actually...
Why did they die?
I mean, this is one of the safest places they could have possibly lived as ghouls.
Something killed them, though.
I don't know. That's interesting.
Scott,
That's one of my favorite things about this, is those little small stories one just kind of comes across.
If you've been to the Glowing Sea.
I haven't yet.
And Bunny says, by the way, I finally saw Star Wars Episode 7. It's epic. It is.
I enjoyed it.
Still no spoilers for those who have not gotten to see.
Because it's still in theaters, so please keep spoilers away. I'll just say, if you haven't seen it and you want to still see it in an ordinary format, or in like IMAX or something. Do not see it in 3D. 3D was terrible for that movie.
Deadpool 1983 says hi.
I appreciate that name.
Hello,
I
hello.
approve. Cheers, mate. Thanks for stopping in.
You are so dead.
Oh, hi.
Noah says, Ken, given infinite money and all ATF qualifications and instructed to build an AR, what would you build?
I ain't sure. Probably a... Oh, wait, no. I know this area.
No Skittles says, oh my god, 3D is a nightmare. I saw
Yeah.
it in it.
It was...
Yes,
It was
don't
terrible.
see it in 3D. It's
Like,
awful. There was one scene that was cool, and that was it.
It completely ruined my first impressions of the film.
Mm-hmm.
And I kind of knew it, which is why I tried not to judge
Hey,
it.
look, it's more of Imogene's work with the creepy.
That's just our headcanon. Whenever we find the creepy mannequins posed weirdly, that was just Imogene.
Bunny says, I don't do 3D because it actually hurts my eyes. Yes.
Yeah, it gave me a
ended
migraine.
We ended up with migraines. The only scene that was cool was where the Star Destroyer came, like, point out.
I don't know, for me that just seemed heavy-handed and kind of annoying.
It was heavy-handed, but that was like the only moderately cool 3D part.
Almost shot you, sir!
Sorry,
Look
sir.
at him just inspecting his
Basically,
handiwork.
it was a waste of money. I took off my glasses. Yeah.
I tried to. It just, without the glasses on, it makes everything all fuzzy and incomprehensible.
Deadpool says, you all gotta go see my movie. Oh, we will.
Oh, absolutely.
He is a huge Deadpool fan, so
I
I
am.
already know that that's something that's gonna happen.
Like, a lot of my t-shirts, for instance, just fun fact, because I'm usually sitting so low you can't see them. They're either patternless, they're just a flat color. More than half of the actual patterned shirts that I have are various kinds of Deadpool patterns. So,
Yes. Noah says, Ken, thoughts on this? Honey Badger, but DMR style.
ooh, that'd be fun.
Pyre says, something I noticed. The mushroom cloud you see at the start of the game doesn't line up with the glowing sea. The actual direction it comes from is closer to that shack than the actual glowing sea.
Yeah, it is.
So do you think we were hit twice, maybe?
Well, like, as far as DC is concerned, DC was hit with
Multiple?
who knows how many warheads. I mean, it was probably like 15 plus from just the sheer number of craters. And in some of the scenes that we see in Fallout New Vegas, regarding House's like ground-to-air missile defense system, it shows dozens of arcing missiles intercepting the incoming nukes. So, I mean, there's nothing to say that the Commonwealth wasn't hit with multiple atomic warheads.
That's true. The Shield family says, "Hi, did I miss anything?"
Not a whole lot.
Hey there.
If you're looking for another safe haven, there's shelter and supplies at the police station in Cambridge.
Alrighty. How are you?
Unless you like getting shot, never turn your back on a gunner.
Yeah.
Yeah, I made that mistake a few minutes ago, as a matter of fact. So, let's see. Alright.
Scott shows says New Vegas is my favorite Fallout.
It has some of the most, like, atmosphere, I think. Oh, hey. Which police station is this?
I don't know. We should go. Do you think we'll find more of those?
Police Precinct 8.
We've never been here.
I may find one of the Eddie Winter holotapes.
Maybe some cool.
Yeah, I found another one of those, I should say, while I was checking around one of the areas I've already cleared. I just missed it.
Oh, my love. You forgot. We didn't tell them what perks you got.
Ah, yes. iBot. I hear it. I cannot trust them! Any of them!
The last time iBot showed up by one of our settlements, a day
Synths
later,
attacked.
we were raided by synths.
I've like an instinctual kill reflex against iBots. So
I turned the corner in Boston and ran into 2 legendary glowing death claws.
oh jeez.
You can have that happen though. Like that happens.
Oh, hey.
Hey, look, you need to level up again.
I can level a couple more times. So I got the first couple of cap collector perks from the experience I gained from construction on the castle. So that way I could make the T3 vendors. So since I have a couple of other perk points, I think
Go ahead and do it.
I'm just gonna hammer down on Gunslinger. So
Pyra says, if there's no Enclave DLC, I'm gonna be pissed. That guy says, I want a barren desert, damn it, but then that's not a fun game unless you're doing survival. And while you can do survival, it wasn't the base game.
They could do a more survival-oriented game if they went with like Utah or Arizona.
Yeah.
Like if Obsidian were ever to do another Fallout game as
I would want, like, I think a barren desert style environment could work, but only for a survival game. For typical Fallout
for a
games,
Fallout game,
I don't think it would
you
work
need to
very well.
have stuff. Like you need to have
You can't just have this
content, because that was one of the major things that I think was wrong with New Vegas, is that it was so empty.
Yeah.
And the thing is, the vastness of the space, it isn't accurate. Because I have family that lives in the desert, and New Vegas's portrayal of the desert isn't correct in any way, anywhere. I know they did their research. They didn't do enough of it.
Yeah.
Let's see here. So, connection lost to server, to the secure network. Okay, so case 046IR, Julian's inciting a riot logs. Let's see, evidence log entry. WAJU00, object 1 photo taken at scene depicting Mr. Julian standing atop overturned vehicle. Status, in precinct 8, evidence cabinet A10. Evidence entry, WAJU01, object 1, defaced sports jersey with We Beat New York. Status, in precinct 8, cabinet A10.
Wow. No, it says petition to make a sniper survival game already. Imagine, solo survival as a sniper while evading enemies. Procedurally generated wasteland 4/city.
Yeah, like, I mean, you could do that if you essentially set it up sort of like the precedent. I forget the name of it. There was a novel I read years ago. There was essentially a pilot had crashed in enemy territory and essentially had to do like real life sear and you know, evade interception and all that and get to an LZ. And that I think would actually make for an interesting game, especially if it were procedurally generated.
Pyre says, it must be really sad working at Bethesda when loads of people are telling you to give the rights to Obsidian because they make a better Fallout than you.
I know, like, that's kind of awkward.
Well, I actually like Bethesda's Fallouts.
Yeah, I wouldn't necessarily say that Obsidian makes... Yeah, I wouldn't say Obsidian makes superior Fallout titles. They make different ones. And the thing is, the atmosphere and the feel of the Fallout titles they produce is in closer line with the classic Fallout games. However, I think what a lot of people aren't seeing with that is that it has a lot to do with exactly where it's set. if you've traveled around, America, the United States, then you know just the feel of the people, the architecture, the environment, the landscape, in California versus, say, Florida or the Carolinas, it feels very different.
It does.
So setting a game there, yeah, of course, they're going to feel very different. Now, that said, part of it is the way they write. And Obsidian seemed to like, as they did with the classic Fallout games, doing a little more of the gray area storytelling. Whereas Fallout, or the Bethesda writers, they tend to like a little more of the...
I think they like the cinematic style.
Yeah, they like the cinematic, the simpler morality choices, which I know some people criticize, and I think it's just a difference in style. I don't think it's fair to say that one is superior to the other. It is fair, I think, to say that one can have one's favorites, because, for instance, I like gray area stories. I think they're some of the most thought-provoking. However, they don't necessarily fit all narratives, so...
Yeah, okay, so Deadpool says for DLC, either underwater DLC, an Enclave DLC, or an Alien Invasion DLC.
I know!
YouTuber says, New Vegas quote, next up, Boot Town.
I hope we get to see New Reno again, in this kind of approach.
Deadpool says, at last level press, I'm currently doing a survival melee playthrough with no companions or power armor or drugs.
Ooh. Have fun with that.
Nice.
Make sure your perk spec is on point. Alright, let's see here.
Scottish Chair says, my New Vegas quote, buy me, die NCR Scroobs!
So, winter holotape logs. Map updated.
YouTuber says, horrible early game mistake in New Vegas, hitting Victor.
Ooh,
yes,
yeah.
we tried that once.
I have killed him early game. It's a challenge, though. Alright, so let's see here. Evidence log entry, Ed Winter 04. Object holotape 04. Status in evidence lockup, Natick Police. Natick? I don't know. I ain't from this area, so I can't say. Let's see. Log entry, Edwe 07. Object holotape 07. Status in evidence, South Boston Police. Officer Doyle, point of contact. I think I found that one.
Yeah, we found that one.
Evidence log entry, Edwe 08. Object holotape 08. Status missing from evidence cabinet. Station sweep scheduled 10/23/77.
We need to search this place.
Interesting.
They're missing one.
Yeah.
We need to look through.
Alright, so case 441 PI. How public intoxication?
Do you want me to read it?
Apparently I can't read this evening. I can't speak. Okay,
Detroit is real life Fallout, says Marcus.
Alright,
Hood
so
Ghoul, Blood and Cramps.
WeHo 00. Object 2 bottles. Boot and Rally bourbon empty. Status in precinct 8. Evidence cabinet A02. Evidence log entry WeHo 01. Object 1 set of clothes taken from Mr. Howe. Status deemed health hazard, transferred to trash. I know what that means, because I worked in corrections for a while. Y'all don't want to hear it.
Ew. Bob Vance says consider DLC where an aircraft carrier shows up in the Boston Bay and sparks up a war with whatever faction you decide to beat the game with.
I'd freaking love that.
Just like Enclave or China or something.
Like the Enclave in the earlier games, they settled on an oil rig. You can't tell me somewhere in the world there isn't a functional aircraft carrier still. That would make for an awesome Enclave, compound.
That guy says Fallout in Detroit. Gets shot and killed by a ghoul pre-war cop 7 seconds after leaving tutorial area.
It's what you get for making a non-white player character, I'm just saying.
Pyro says proudest Fallout moment. Sneaking from Good Springs to Repcon HQ past the Quarry Junction at level 2.
I've done that too.
Deadpool says, gotta love it when your wife plays along with you. My girlfriend hates this game. I
that's-
love Fallout.
Yeah, gaming is something that thankfully we share. I'm not sure our relationship would work if we couldn't connect with gaming so much.
Yeah.
So, alright, let me actually move through this so I can get away from this terminal. So, case 521 LA Unger larceny logs. So, log entry, Jaun 00, object 1 purse, including ID belonging to Mrs. Gwen Upton, Quincy. Status returned to Mrs. Upton. Evidence log entry, Yaun 01, object 1 wallet, including credit card belonging to Mr. Jeffrey Knox. Status in precinct 8, evidence cabinet CO4. Evidence log entry, Jaun 02, object 1 wallet, including ID belonging to Officer Aaron White, precinct 8 PD. Status returned to Officer White. That's probably how he got arrested. Alright.
Alright, we need to check this area really good because there might be a holotape.
Yeah, there's stuff around here. I can,
maybe
feel
in
it.
the actual... Maybe someone stole it and stashed it in one of the...
Hello, I see you. Eddie
it
Winter
is.
holotape. So he had a stim pack and meds in here. Is there
And
anything?
bobby pins to get himself out.
Yeah.
So if somebody
So he
snuck out, stole it, and is about to break out on his own.
Yeah. It seems like he might have
Interesting.
sprung himself. I don't know. Maybe somebody sent him supplies. Anyway, let's see.
This is the one that was missing.
Message to Rodrigo Palomar. Okay, my friend. I thought about it, and I've reached a decision on the Fallon's job. Your cut is exactly what you deserve. $0. Zilch. You heard me right. You get nothing. Yes, you cracked the safe, and yes, we got the diamonds. But you also tripped the alarm. Mackie got pinched, and that's entirely your fault. Now, when he gets out, Mackie's gonna want your head on a platter. I'm gonna give him your share instead. I see you getting off easy. Eddie Winter, signing off.
I mean, sure. Alright, so maybe that's all there is to find. Because I ain't sure there's a second level to this.
I don't think so.
Because, I mean, this is a much taller structure. I can't find any stairs or anything that's accessible.
Yeah.
Although, that's actually rendered.
No, that's these walls.
Oh, it's this, like, foyer thing. Okay,
Yeah.
never mind.
But no, that was what we were looking for.
Yeah.
Because he must have stashed it in his cell.
Mm-hmm.
Because they hadn't managed to
Interesting.
sweep it yet.
I'm starting to wonder if maybe Eddie Winter, like, had a Pip-Boy. And that's part of how he conducted his operations.
No, it says, well, I'm gonna go grind, go bank, and payday 2 for more mask textures. Scottish Pyro, if you think about it, you could potentially meet the Lone Wanderer or something to do with them, or the Courier, because it's been 10 years since Fallout 3 and like 7-ish after Vegas.
I would hate that. I would absolutely despise that. Because that would canonize who they are, the way they talk, what they look like, what gender they are, what race they are. You can't canonize anything about any character that's people played as in previous games, which I know they did in classic Fallout games. Like, they canonized who the original Vault Dweller was. And I think that was a mistake. Then they started to get much more general and vague about it, which I think was the right way to go. Because when you canonize who the player character was in previous entries, you essentially dismiss everyone's characters who, invested themselves into that, who immersed themselves into those characters. It divests all of, the value and the impact of what those characters accomplished. So, I reject that idea.
Insert rant
Yeah.
here.
So-
Scottish Chair says, New Vegas Mail, the most reliable delivery service.
Apparently, I made it to Diamond
Pyro says,
City.
but you could. Not saying it would
Whoa!
be good.
Whoa! Whoa!
But
Whoa!
they could. Are there?
Your developers were so preoccupied with what they should do, they didn't stop to think if they should. I think I said that wrong. You know what I mean?
Yes. You
Ian
did.
Malcolm line.
You
What they could do, they didn't stop to think if they should. There we are.
That guy says, wait. They stated the canon identity of the Vault Dweller?
Yeah, I don't think they ever gave them a name. He was a male, and he was, I think, fair-haired, and, like, canonically, he did, like, the main quest of the original Fallout, i.e., all that. So they didn't give a lot of detail as to who he was. They did canonize him, though, as far as appearance, gender, ethnicity, all that. So, again, I think that was a mistake. They kind of had to, given that in Fallout 2 you're playing as the descendant of that character, even though they could still have, like, conveyed it a little more vaguely, just to say, they came from the Vault Dweller, and use, essentially gender-neutral pronouns, so that anyone's player character from the first game is still valid within their own set of the lore. You get what I mean. I've never approached Diamond City from this angle.
Says only male or female options. I'm triggered. Deadpool asks if we found Vault 81 yet.
81.
I don't think so.
I
That
don't
guy says
think
it's
so.
not yet. Hoping he does.
So that's a liquor store. I haven't ever approached Diamond City from this angle, so...
I think we should check the area.
Yeah. Oh, I know where I am now. I think. I love that statue is still there.
Yep.
Alright. Yeah, alright. I know where I am. Alright then, let's proceed.
Head on inside.
Alright, we'll do.
I still don't like
Who are you?
So, you're that trader Piper was talking about.
Something tells me she's pulled the wool over my eyes again.
Traitor with a D or a T?
A traitor. Like when we first got in,
Mm-hmm.
she said we were a traitor from.
That's right, she did. Alright.
I'm sorry.
Yeah. I'd have come clean with you. I wasn't planning on that.
I didn't mean to lie, officer. It all just happened so fast.
You're not the first guy Piper pulled into a heap of trouble he wasn't ready for. Thanks for being honest.
Cheers, man.
If it were up to me, we would have just let the both of you in. But the mayor's calling the shots, and, well, you saw how mad he is.
Yeah.
Anyway, welcome to Diamond City and all that. I gotta get back to work.
Keep it up, man. You seem like you're one of the few level-headed guards around here. Because most of them, Piper is right, are completely inept. I visited their guard station.
Don't talk to me about that.
Especially because, as I've said, and we have a few new people here, I used to work in a civilian capacity for a corrections department. So I tend to look a little more carefully and, shall we say, critically at the portrayal of law enforcement in games. And oh, the law enforcement of Diamond City, it leaves so much.
Scottish Chair says in all the games, my favorite character is Harold. And then, crap, we forgot to watch Harold.
Harold! I'm sure we'll see Harold again.
Pyre says Harold in a wheelbarrow shows up in Boston.
And the sky ain't safe. Did you see that blimp thing? The Brotherhood of Steel? Who are they?
I've seen it pretty closely, you could say.
Deadpool says he will love Vault 81.
I've heard, I think, that there's a legendary weapon there that I'll enjoy. That's all I know about, so...
He got his best weapon from it.
Yeah, so please keep spoilers to a minimum. I have heard about it, though, so...
I wasn't going to say it until
I know.
you said it, so...
I'm just kind of soaking in the atmosphere of this place again, because whenever I'm here and I'm pursuing the main story, I like to kind of immerse myself in it. So...
we need to talk to the Ford radio station, the lady, to go on a date with the guy from the radio station. We need to do that.
Yeah, I probably should, while I'm here, because I said I would when I was here.
So, wait, so we
You know
have to
what?
talk the
First,
girl
let's
into
just...
doing it, right?
Protection for sale. And
Is that a normal iBot? Or is that...
I don't know. Because here's the thing. I've chatted with a few friends about this. Because I have my speculative ideas. I think a lot of the people in Diamond City are actually synths. Maybe not all. Clearly not all. I especially wonder if the mayor is.
Well,
I don't know.
a certain someone seems to think so.
Yeah, and like I said, I may not agree... Get away from me. I may not agree with the way she carries herself, with the way she does things. However, Piper is right about a lot of things. And she seems to think he is. So... I like you. You look cool. Who are you? You're just some lady.
Yeah, we've seen... We love Nick.
Oh, Nick is so cool. I love Nick. Speaking of, let's go check in with him.
He's gonna want us to go talk to Piper.
I know. Valentine
Ammunition.
Detective Agency.
I doubt that. I doubt it's everything we need.
Cheers, Nick. Haven't seen
We
you in
got
a
our
while.
son.
Nick?
He's not here because he's gonna meet us at Piper's, I think.
Oh. Let me just lift that. I have some friends who might like it. Hey, how are you?
Ellie?
Nick's not the type to turn someone away, but he's only one person. So sometimes things just pile up.
Such is the life of a detective. And for those who weren't present for one of the previous streams, we learned from a holotape that we found in one of the old law enforcement offices that
the original Nick Valentine.
he was a pre-war detective who was in fact involved in a case that was trying to take down a major organized crime syndicate.
Scottish Chair and Marcus say check below his bed.
Under his bed.
Under Nick's bed.
Okay.
Scarlett also
And
says never noticed before that the banner of the gun store has two G3s on it.
it does.
So beneath Nick's bed.
I suppose in Fallout canon, they're the mysterious stranger. In Fallout canon, those would be R91s, actually. What is this? Case, the mysterious stranger. Sightings of a man dubbed the Mysterious Stranger have been popping up sporadically across the old U.S. for years now. Best case, the man's an amoral lunatic. Worst case, a prolific serial killer. Ha! Ha ha! Oh, that's awesome! Hang on, was there a second page to that? Let me just make sure.
I don't know. That's awesome.
That is so cool. I love that Nick, like, knows about it, because no one ever acknowledges the mysterious stranger. He just pops up because of a perk, and it's never mentioned! Was there a second page? Oh, there is. There's an arrow key. All anyone knows is his...
There's another page.
All anyone knows is his M.O. Appearing suddenly, killing without remorse, disappearing without a word. The stranger has no known accomplices, no clear method for selecting his targets, no calling cards left behind. Because you just summon him at random because you have that perk. Sightings range from the NCR all the way to the East Coast. New Vegas, Fallout 3. Stretching back decades. Now he's come to the Commonwealth. Last thing this place needs is another psychopath running amok. Time to start putting together the pieces to put this one away. Description: human male. Outfits vary, but most recent sightings describe a large overcoat and fedora. Guy has taste, I'll give him that much. One man, multiple men, a ghoul with minimal scarring? Might explain the long passages of time between sightings. Appears and disappears suddenly, suggesting preternatural infiltration abilities and access to advanced cloaking tech. All but earliest descriptions suggest the stranger uses only conventional arms, making infiltration training more likely. Perps like this make me wish that the Institute had sprung for thermal detection before giving me the boot. Sighting locations: Commonwealth, confirmed. Capital Wasteland, confirmed. NCR, old rumors. Shady Sands, really old rumors. Wait, was he in some of the classic Fallouts?
Scottish. Are we planning on getting the Mysterious Stranger perk?
I am not.
Okay. So Scottish Share says, when you get the Mysterious Stranger with Nick as your companion, he says stuff like, "There he is!"
That's awesome. That's really cool. I like that. I like that a lot. Oh, that tickles the hell out of me. Alright, so I assume that means he is at Piper's.
Pyro says, I was kind of hoping Nick was the stranger when I first saw him.
Yeah, because, I mean, he's dressed that way. And...
That guy says, yeah, I got the perk in Fallout 1, I think.
Really? I didn't remember it existing all in the, like, in the classic ones.
Do you want to go get the girl to go and have the date and take that along, since our poor guy has randomly...
Yeah, let's... Alright,
Because we
where
had
exactly?
that glitch.
I know. So let's see here. Confidence man. Where...
Convince Scarlet.
Show on map. Where is
She should be in the... She's the bar girl.
Is she?
Yeah, she's the one who is the waitress at the bar, at their bar and restaurant, the inn.
Right, and they wanted me to talk to her because otherwise, you know, she might feel like she was getting pimped out. Alright.
That's not how it...
Park the car in the yard. How about I hammer you in the heart with a haymaker?
Why don't you just hammer that Boston speech pad at home a little more?
No one does that.
Can I get a quarter for some water for my dog?
Ow. He really loves that food.
Stop, okay? We got our own problems.
Okay, jeez.
He just loves the food here.
It's just,
Scottish Chair
he's a noodle
says,
fan.
my theory, the mysterious stranger stalks you and follows you with his cloaking device and is so mentally insane he believes he's your guardian angel, and that's why he attacks your enemies.
I think it fits. He may just latch onto people that he finds fascinating and just follow them and help them. Alright, let's see.
She's in the back, I think.
Yeah.
What? I'm busy.
Follow your map, my love.
My map is pointing to the front door.
Maybe she's not here right now.
Yeah, maybe.
Tell me if you need a room, otherwise the bar's over there.
Yeah. Oh.
Check your little map.
Yeah, let's see.
See if she's actually in here.
I think that is a negatory.
Okay, she might be at her home.
Yeah.
Marcus says... Scott Shear says when you sleep, he just stands there, staring at you. And that guy says, Boston accent on point. And Marcus asks, is that an actual Boston accent? Sounds Italian to me.
It's because Boston has a large Italian population, so
Scott
they're
says,
influenced.
I'll say it now, Travis isn't really my kind of dude. Scott Shear says slowly, stroking your hair and kissing your forehead. Saying, shh, it's gonna be okay. I won't let you die like the others.
I will shiv you in an alley, Ibot. Alright. So, I love the fact that you can see the rest.
One of the bases.
Yeah. I love that you can see the rest of the stands all around. So, where is her house? Alright, I have another map marker pointing over
Saw you
this way.
poke around that abandoned house.
Eh?
I'm gonna assume McDonough gave you permission and leave it at that.
Good.
As you should. So...
Alright, so is the stranger some kind of paranormal phantom thing? I mean, there are confirmed paranormal activities, such as the Dunwich Building and Burroughs and Pickman's Gallery.
That's entirely
So
possible.
we could be some kind of guardian angel thing sent by some kind of entity.
Yeah, that's possible as well.
Like the Dunwich thing to protect you and accomplish
Miss?
a goal.
I'm on a break right now.
Travis.
Actually, I'd like to talk to you about Travis, if you have a moment.
Travis? Really? Did he mention me?
Oh, does she
she's interested.
Travis was, well, he was brave.
Indeed he was. Kind of.
Yeah. Absolutely. You should really pay him a visit.
You think? I mean, I definitely noticed him. Maybe... No, I couldn't just go over there.
Why not?
Look, Travis is a nice guy. I can tell that you like him. And I think he likes you. Just go talk to him.
Okay, I will. I'll go see him now. Thanks.
Aw, they're adorbs!
Oh, they're so cute! OTP!
I ship it.
They're so adorable!
The ship has sailed. Alright.
Dead philosophizing into
I swear
iBots.
to God.
Because we saw an iBot at one of our settlements, and the day later, since attacked it. So now we're paranoid as fuck.
And the thing is, iBots are a challenge to control, because they're electronic in nature, and they require like a communications network to actually control at range. And there's only a couple of factions active in the Commonwealth with that kind of capability. The Brotherhood of Steel and the Institute. And the iBots were active prior to the Brotherhood's arrival. Which means, unless someone around here has some serious technical know-how,
But some guy came
the
in
Institute's
town,
involved.
said he picked up a weird distress call in the
What?
Cambridge ruins.
What? Weird distress call in the Cambridge ruins. Alright. Filing that away for later.
Cambridge ruins. Interesting.
Alright, so let me go and talk to Yefim.
Because we did it! Yay!
Alright, man.
This is terrible. Oh, I knew it. I knew it. He was up to no good, and look what's happened now. I've got to help. I can't do it. You've got to help me.
Let me guess. He disappeared. And he's at the plant that I already visited and found him standing awkwardly at.
Help you what?
Let's see.
What are you talking about?
I am talking about Vadim. They took him.
Who's they?
Those men, the ones that messed with Paris, they came back. Said Vadim owed them money, that they had a deal. He wouldn't pay, and then they grabbed him and said that they would make him pay. And then they just dragged him out. You have to do something. Please tell me you can do something.
We can do
I
something.
can't. Your sibling's an idiot, just so you know. I'll get him. I know where he is.
I'll bring him back, Yefim. Count on it.
Please just bring him back. He's an idiot, but he's my brother. I'll go with you, but someone has to stay here.
You can't not have him.
Maybe he knows where they took him.
You mind the pub. I'll,
So we need to talk to Travis. We have to go talk to Travis.
Alright, I'll sort this out.
Or maybe the bots are programmed with a path code.
I'm sure they are. The thing is, someone is still controlling them.
You bother.
You ain't gonna last once you leave the wall.
Oh, that guy says, hey Ken, when you can't bring Nick to the Fridwin, him and the Brotherhood of Steel have dialogue with each other.
Ah, interesting. Yeah, I'm sure they would find him concerning. At the same time, though, maybe I could, like, show and tell with him. Be like, hey, synths aren't all evil! So, wow. That's actually a pretty cool visual.
Was that where he is? Like, how did we get to... Where's the
And
radio
I
tower?
assume this is him. Because it's got the radio antennas on top. Yeah. DCR, Diamond City Radio. So this is his shack.
Scott Share says, I'm tired, I'm going now. It's 2:24 a.m.
Alrighty. Have a good one, man. Oh, hey! Am I interrupting? Apologies for that.
Hey there.
Hey.
What's going on?
You seen Vadim?
Have you seen Vadim? He was grabbed at the dugout, and Yefim thought you might know where Bull took him.
That's not a funny joke. Like, at all.
I ain't joking, kid.
This is serious?
I'm not joking around, Travis. This is serious. I really do need your help.
Wait, really?
Yeah.
Oh man, wow, is this is because of what happened, isn't it? It's my fault.
It's their fault.
Not your fault.
No, Travis, this is between Vadim and those men. It's not your fault.
But if I hadn't gotten into that fight with them, maybe this wouldn't have happened.
They started the fight with you, kid.
I don't really, I don't have a lot of friends. If Vadim is missing, or in trouble, or whatever, then I'm gonna help get him back.
Good.
Agree. No, we're trying to get him to be brave.
Yeah, we're trying to
trying
amp
to
his
help
confidence.
All right. I'm welcome to help.
Good. I didn't want to have to argue about it with you. I've heard enough to know they'll probably hold up at the old Beantown Brewery. We gotta go in there, show them we mean business, and then we can bring Vadim back, and everything will be okay. Right? I'll
Right.
get a gun.
He
and I'll
sounds
meet you
angry.
there. We'll settle this.
Oh, he sounds kind of...
Cue the nerd rage.
It's okay, Scarlett. We'll bring your boyfriend back.
I'll just leave y'all alone for a... all right, then. She's concerned.
She's worried.
She likes you, man.
You're
You
good.
got-
You're good on this.
You're squared away. All right. Let's take care of this first, I guess. Tie up loose ends and all that.
Oh, we might as well.
Yeah. I can clear this place in a hurry, so...
And I have to admit, it makes me happy to like, I don't want to have to listen to him stuttering on the radio anymore.
I know. I know he's intentionally annoying. I get it. It's just, I can't stand to listen to Diamond City Radio.
But once we're done with this, I think he actually...
Yeah, I've heard his voice changes and he gets more confidence in it, and he's actually like
a good DJ.
a decent DJ after the fact, so...
The beta uprising begins. Hey, they shouldn't have messed with his friend, yo. Oh, there he is.
It's always like the scrawny,
He made
skinny
it out
guys.
here. How did he do that? You survived.
They either crack or suddenly they show you that you shouldn't mess with them.
Oh, thank God.
All right, man.
You're here.
Mm-hmm.
So this is it.
Indeed.
Odds are, if they've got Vadim, he's inside. We're gonna be okay, right?
I am. I ain't sure about you.
Definitely.
Just stay cool, man.
Just keep a cool head, okay? Don't think about it too much.
Okay, right. Sure. Yeah.
So you'll take care of my man, right?
Any last minute advice? I've never done anything like this.
I'll take point.
I go in first, and you stay behind me. Watch my back.
Okay. Whatever you say.
One of us is a soldier here, and hey, all right, so first lesson, firearm safety.
Well, they all do that.
I know.
That's not his fault.
Again, with the immersion.
That guy says, keep him alive. Consequences of his death are far worse than old Travis.
Oh, jeez. I can only imagine what that means.
That means that he can die.
Oh,
Don't let him
I
die.
know that. It's just, who the hell would replace him? Alright. Travis, you keep my six clear, and I'll keep you alive. Could you sneak, maybe? Could you maybe? Do you have knee problems, kid?
Maybe.
Oh, Jesus. Monkey. Nope.
But Scarlett says, he'll take care of my man, right? Because Scarlett.
Yeah.
Scarlett. Bob says, you don't want to know. Who would replace him? You don't want to know. Apparently, we really don't want that to happen.
I am kind of curious. So after I've completed this quest, tell me. Just not until after.
Bob gets it. Bob gets this, man.
Alright, so there's Vadim. Travis? Hey. Uh-huh. That's what I thought. Can I just knock him out? Whoa!
Oh, somebody down there spotted us.
Punk. Who the hell? Gouger.
Just chill out, asshole.
Oh, that's one.
Oh!
That's one of the named guys that
Yeah.
was fighting
Oh.
us at the thing.
Son of a... Travis just killed him. Holy
Travis,
shit.
You badass.
Kid has a spine after all.
Deadpool says, I know and you don't want to know.
Where'd that little fucker go?
Hey, asshole. Lay down.
But,
I like to think I just knocked him out.
I could do this all day.
So where are you? Hey!
that's cool. Yeah, the named ones are the posse that we...
Well, I ain't got an option to pacify... Travis. What hell have you gotten yourself into? Travis! What part of stick with me are you missing?
Ooh,
That was messy.
that was. Scott says, just
Whoa!
FYI, I'm 100% role playing.
Travis! Hit the deck!
Is
Alright.
he okay?
He's fine, I think. Alright, so that... Where does this lead?
Outside, I think? No.
This is just a door. Where are they? Hi. You!
Don't move.
Son of a... I gave you a chance. I'm finding the pacify option kinda useless.
Yeah.
Like, I'm giving them chances, man! I'm really trying! Yeah, I'll snag that. Alright, let's get moving. Anyone else left?
I don't know.
This is a much messier infiltration than I prefer.
That's because you're not alone, and that's how
I
it
know.
always works.
This is why I operate alone.
I know it is. But everything's okay.
Give me that.
Research.
Give me your jacket. Yeah. Travis, I got you a new jacket.
Alrighty.
Vadim, I swear, if you planned this, I will punch your ass through a wall.
Thank you.
Uh-huh.
I didn't know if anyone would come.
Yeah.
I thought perhaps this is the end. Thank you. Thank you. You are a true friend.
Yeah, I am. Alright.
You're welcome.
Nah, you're an idiot.
You're an idiot for dealing with these goons in the first place. Fine. Was not smart this move ever.
It wasn't.
All is better now.
Sure.
These idiots had caps and chems just lying around. They did not notice when I filled my pocket.
I swear to God,
You
Vadim.
deserve what I took. I promise. I am surprised to see you here.
Hey, Vadim. I'm glad you're safe.
How did you get roped into this?
I wasn't forced or anything. I wanted to help.
You are full of surprises, my friend.
Talk to Travis.
Hi. Man, what a day, huh? Hey, listen.
Yeah, sure.
I wanted to say thanks.
You're welcome.
This has been, well, it's been crazy. But I've learned a lot, I think.
That's good to hear, I guess.
You came through it all pretty well, Travis. That's good to hear.
Thanks. After all this, I think about the things that had me worried so much, and it just seems silly, you know? Like, was I really that worried about just being on the radio? That's nothing compared to being beaten up, shot at. I can do so much more. And I need to.
Yeah, you shouldn't put so much pressure on yourself, man.
Thanks again. I owe you.
Nah, you don't.
Yay!
Alright then.
Yay!
Let me scrap a couple of the weapons I picked off of them.
Deadpool asks where dog meat is.
He is at the Red Rocket Garage. That's where I keep him. Since, I like dog meat. He's adorable. He's my little puppy. Thing is, all of the companions get in the way, though. Leaded, shadowed... Oh, hello.
That was from Scottish Pyro.
That's just my look at what I have to deal with face.
Oh my gosh.
Alright, well, I've already cleared this place thoroughly. Once in the past, so... Let's just get the hell out of here. Get to the city again. And proceed. So,
Okay.
there we are.
Bob asks if you want to know who would have replaced him now that the quest is done.
Yeah, because I probably won't start another file where I actually do that side quest for a long time, so sure, why
Bob
not?
says, you know that little fuck that tries to sell you bottled water in Diamond City?
Sell me bottled water.
We have to go find out.
I don't know. That rings a small tone. I can't remember exactly who that is.
Oh, Pyro says it was from your Far Cry 3 video.
Oh, okay. Gotcha. Kid? Where are you going? Hey, kid.
Talk to people I don't know.
That's a good policy. I'm
Hi
just
there.
I want to be left alone.
Alright, fine. I was just curious what you were running from. You chasing her?
Well, hello.
You shoot people, mister? My dad's just outside to shoot people.
I mean, he isn't wrong. I shoot people who shoot at me.
Deadpool says it's a bald kid.
Gotcha.
Tries to sell you the water.
Alrighty.
I want to know what awfulness
Evening
have...
clothes. Should stop by Fallon's basement.
Ah.
Open during the day.
Sure.
Oh, so nice close.
Yep. Alright. It's like it shows up wherever I'm headed.
Here's Roy Brown. Again, he's not chopping or being lady. Well, I mean...
Hey, he already sounds a little more confident on air. Excellent.
You got a staring problem?
You got an attitude problem? I can make an adjustment. Okay.
Save.
Yeah.
Because we've done a lot. I don't wanna.
I've already made clear
Oh,
my distaste for Piper,
Gus
so.
says Olaf for a short while.
How goes, friendo?
He lives near the DCR station, says Marcus.
Gotcha.
I don't wanna.
So,
Don't make me do this.
Piper.
Well, Nikki Valentine walks into my office for a change.
Uh-huh.
Say, Piper, you, me, and hard luck all seem to run together like acid rain down an old sewer.
You, including your client here in that analogy? So, you two are finally letting me in on this little case of yours.
Mm-hmm.
What's the story?
We could use a hand.
We need help, Piper. This man named Kellogg kidnapped my son. But that wasn't all. He was working with the Institute. He gave them Sean.
The Institute. Oh boy. I've been investigating these creeps for over a year now. The Commonwealth's boogeyman. Feared and hated by everyone.
True enough.
Sometimes they snatch people in the middle of the night, and sometimes they leave old synths behind to remind us that they're out there. But to this day, there's one thing nobody really knows.
Why?
Where the Institute actually is. Or how to get in.
That
exactly.
too.
But there's one person who has to know, right? The guy who just handed them Sean.
Kellogg. Huh.
Yeah.
Whatever you're thinking, it doesn't matter. He's dead.
Yeah, I knew he wasn't gonna go quietly the moment I saw him.
So, a murderer and a kidnapper gets his brains blown out by an avenging parent. Huh. Be a great ending if we didn't still have the biggest mystery in the Commonwealth to solve.
So, what now?
Gets his brains blown out. Huh. His brains. You know, we may not need the man at all.
You're talking crazy here, Nick. Got a fault in the old subroutines?
Look, there's a place in Good Neighbor called the Memory Den. Relive the past moments in your mind as clear as the day they happened. If anyone could get a dead brain to sing, it would be Dr. Amari, the mind behind the memories.
Who's this Dr. Amari?
I'll let her give you her life story in person. Let's stay focused.
Alright.
Guess we're gonna need a piece of Kellogg's brain. Enough gray matter to bring to Amari and find out if this is going to work.
Jesus, Nick. Gross. Seriously?
I know it's grisly, but what choice do we have? Got no leads, nothing. That old Merc's brain just might have all the secrets we need to know.
We'd need the frontal lobe for memories.
I already have something?
I think what I have is just connected to a brainstem, though.
I don't know. Let's find out.
I don't know whether or not the science is going to get that involved in this.
Actually, I think I already have something. Kellogg had this thing attached to his head.
Cybernetics, huh? We may have just won the lottery.
Whether we're riding this crazy brain train or not, we can't all go running across the Commonwealth, so who's coming with you?
I have to go to the memory den either way if I'm going to introduce you to Omari. If you want to head there together, just say so.
Yes, sir.
Let's take Nick.
Yeah. You coming with me, man?
It's you and me, Nick.
Let's get going. Don't worry. We're gonna get your boy back. Just a few more steps.
While you two are out, I'm gonna do some more research. I'll be here if you need me. And
I know where to find you.
At some point, you will need to interview. I want to hear how this whole story got started.
I'll consider it. Alright then.
Don't like you.
Nick, let's get going.
Deadpool asks, how are you liking Fallout 4 so far?
I love it.
Anything I can
Oh, so
do?
this is like a physical printing
Just say
press.
the word.
Interesting.
Interesting.
Alright then.
So this is her... Is that a washing machine?
This is her office and her home.
And her
reporter could
kids.
consider themselves
I mean,
a success until someone
yeah. Cozy place as far as
Even
Fallout's
good
concerned.
people do crazy things when they're scared. Want to be Diamond City's motto.
Yeah. Alright then.
Scarlett says you have the hippocampus where long-term memories are stored.
Do I? Alright
That
then.
must have been in the area that we were looking for.
Yeah.
Scotch Pirate says, question is Nick a late Gen 2 or a proto Gen 3?
I think he's a late Gen 2, just from the, like the plastic coverings on him. Cause...
Noah, you missed us talking to Piper. How do you feel about that?
Can I not?
We're
Am I?
probably overweight.
Oh, I am. Whoa.
'Cause-
Oh, it's because I have Nick with me.
Yeah.
Alright. What can I get rid of?
No, it says pro tip,
Actually-
soloing art gallery in Payday 2 is hard.
Hey. Indeed it is.
The plan.
Trade.
Here's what I've got.
I need you to carry some stuff for me. Ah, right. I already had you carrying stuff.
Oh, we forgot to take that back, did we?
Yeah, because it was after we had hit Kellogg's place, and he just kind of went his own way, because he could tell I needed some space. I think he's at capacity, so you know what?
Why don't we
Let's get some shut-eye. We'll set out in the morning. You, go into sleep mode or something. Whatever it is you
He
do.
has a bed, love.
I mean...
That means he sleeps.
I mean, he'd probably, like... I don't know, what would he do? Like, what is a synth's equivalent of sleep? Like, a debug or... like... clearing out his... like... temp cache files? I don't know.
I have no idea. Scarlett says, I think he's a prototype between Gen 2 and 3.
Yeah. He's a middle point. Because he has more, like, cognitive capacity than the Gen 2s.
Mm-hmm.
He's shaped like them, though, and his coverings are like them, so...
Glad we haven't scared you off yet. Need a room?
I do.
Yes.
I'll take it. Room 2 is yours. Enjoy.
Thanks, Ephraim. Carry on.
That guy asks if you're gonna go to the prison with him.
I might. I don't know. It'll kind of depend on how things happen.
Maybe not today, though.
Yeah, it isn't the plan at the moment. If it shapes up that way, maybe.
Ghost says, I know, we really need to co-op some Payday 2 sometime. There was a new update, right? That's what...
Yeah. Alright then.
So we're gonna walk.
That's all I can do. So... I'm just gonna walk over to the merchants and sell off a lot of the stuff that he's carrying.
Yeah. Yay, he's back.
Have a drink. I didn't buy bar to sell water.
Staying out of trouble?
You staying out of trouble? You are checking up on me.
I am.
I love it. But do not worry. I have cut ties with anyone who might try to kill me over debts. All is well, friend. Relax.
You're crazy.
Consider me as relaxed as I get.
Barter?
Yeah, can I sell you some stuff?
I'll take a look, sure.
Don't order just one now. Leave it up.
I don't
Sure.
suppose he actually might have like recipes, would he? I mean, since it's an easy mistake to make, no need to grill the poor guy.
You know what? Can anyone confirm, is Kellogg's apartment a safe storage space here in the city? Because, like, I picked up a lot of the things in my inventory because I wanted to keep them. So...
You keep that synth freak at arm's length. You understand me?
You keep your mouth shut or I'll rip it the fuck off. Sorry, what? I have an attitude against racism. I really, like, seriously, personally do. I've shoved more than a few people into walls and threatened the living fuck out of them for pulling racist shit against friends of mine, especially in school.
You are a much angrier person.
I was! And occasionally you can see those little flickers come out in me.
You have to buy an apartment.
I do. Alright, who do I get it from? The mayor?
Deadpool says you can buy an apartment. I don't know where.
I would assume the mayor. Huh.
Hey, give me a sec.
Huh?
Gotta check in with a friend. How's the noodles game, Jack? Not so. Well, so long as you're staying out of trouble. Good. I won't tolerate anyone mistreating the only other robot in town I can stand.
Which means he can't stand the iBot.
You can't even get in anymore.
Oh, okay. So...
To the Kellogg's apartment.
So should I check in?
The mayor's secretary.
Mayor's secretary. Awesome. Just for the sake of expedience.
Shot me ass last year.
It's a little more information than I needed, sir.
I'm sorry, sir.
Where is that apartment? Just so I can head straight there.
After you buy it.
Is Mayor McDonald telling the truth? What does he have to hide? Read the public for the hard questions.
Sure. Because the thing is, I ain't a fan of the mayor. Because, I mean, he was nice to me. Thing is, he kicked out all the ghouls from Diamond City. Just on principle.
Yep.
And, again, I can't stand a racist, so... he's a prick as far as I'm concerned.
You buy the first base for 2,000 caps, says Deadpool.
Oh.
Do we have 2,000 caps?
Oh, I've got more than that. Okay. So the first base, that would put it over there, I think. Whoa, what is that? Is there some stuff over there? Colonial Tap House.
There must be some more stuff
Huh.
that we have to explore.
Yeah. Your companion's in trouble? What? Who's accosting Nick? Who needs to die?
Use a stim pack to heal them. Did he fall? Oh wait, no, he fell off.
Oh. Sorry, Nick.
He fell off the elevator. Just buy your
I'll
thing.
I'll come help you up here in a second. I just need to contract. Is that a key to my apartment? Hey.
Remember, you didn't get that key from me.
What key?
Now, if you're actually interested in buying a house, we have a permit available.
I am.
Housing permit.
Well, let's hear about the permit.
We have one home available. It's in the center of town, right near the market.
Excellent.
You can do whatever you like with the interior, and all the tools you need to make your own furnishings are provided at no extra charge.
I like the sound of that.
Buy the house.
Tell me more about this house.
The previous owner bought an adjacent warehouse and knocked down a few walls, so it's bigger than most.
Ah.
And he left behind his old tools, so you'll have everything you need to modify the inside however you see fit.
Exactly what I want. Very cool. All right.
I'll take it.
Here's the key. Let me be the first to welcome you as a resident of the Great Green Jewel.
I appreciate it. Thank you, Geneva.
Wait, grab the key.
Wait, is that that's Kellogg's house key?
Oh.
I already have that.
We're sorry, Nick. Because we're kind of high up, you know, and
I think his pathfinding kind of carried him across the edge.
and I think he might have fallen, and
Yeah, that was probably my mistake.
I'm sorry.
I was prepared to provide sniper support, though. I was just like, who's attacking Nick?
And I'm like, wait, I don't think that's what happened.
Nick?
Are you okay?
Nick?
Where's first base?
Mr. Valentine?
Are you okay, sir?
Nick? Did he just leave just like, screw this guy? Oh, there he is. Oh. Oh, you fell into the stands.
How did we get him out?
Can I, let me hop off the fence here. Nick, you alright?
Hey. I'll see what I can do.
Just,
Are you okay? Okay.
let's just keep going, shall we? Apologies for that.
We're sorry, Nick. And Deadpool says I had dog meat fall off that thing. Yeah, I can see how that would be a problem.
Yeah.
We need to figure out where first base is.
Because the companion pathfinding isn't fantastic. Alright, so assuming this is arranged in a diamond pattern,
Well, yeah,
I
because
think
they
it's.
have the bases and like.
Is it this? She said it was right, like right off the market. So.
Ooh.
Well, there's a power armor station, so maybe that's it. And that looks like a warehouse.
This guy says, "Give him a screwdriver and he'll fix himself." Maybe this is.
I think this is the place.
Ooh, there's a mailbox. We have a mailbox. Is that? Yep. Home plate.
All right, so it isn't first base. It's home plate. Oh, cool. I actually like that name a little more.
We need
So,
to.
oh, cool. It comes pre-wired. Cool.
And this is the workshop. And.
Whoa.
We need to explore.
This place is pretty snazzy. Right away in a plunger. Alright.
Ooh.
So, yeah, this was like a storage warehouse. Hello. Marksman's 50.
What?
Well, I mean, anybody with the resources to do the kind of renovations that this place has.
Marcus says none of my companions make it up that elevator.
4 fusion cores.
Who was this person? That's a Nuka-Cola.
Somebody was pretty ingenuitive. Alright then.
Another door.
So that leads outside. Alright.
Let's go up the stairs.
I think for now...
We need to build something because I feel...
Yeah,
I don't feel safe.
Yeah, I can't trust the like automatic container things. So I'm just going to check the upstairs, and then I think I'll just craft a quick container.
Well, I think if we pick one up and then place it, it should be safe.
I know, it'll like clear it as far as, you know, its safeness. So for now...
What about... what's in there?
Let me just make something. Oh, it limits the construction menu because I'm in an interior. Interesting. Okay, containers. Let me just throw an armoire over here. I'll just throw everything in that. Cool. Gorgeous. Hey, Nick. Nick.
He's not inside.
Nick.
Go all the way upstairs.
Is he like waiting outside, all polite, because I didn't invite him?
I think so.
Nick? What are you doing outside my front door?
Deep breaths. You're okay. Nick?
Nick?
Oh, go back inside and wait for a little bit.
He's just wandering off.
No, I think he's still caught.
Oh, he's like...
he can't jump.
Oh, yeah. All right, I'll sleep for an hour. Just
Pyra says,
have a little nap.
built anything in here. Shield family CRB.
I'll have some fun with this.
Yeah.
I might have to refamiliarize y'all with my interior renovations after I've put some work into this at some point.
What's upstairs?
Hang on, I want to get my stuff stashed so I can move around at more than a walking
Pyra
pace.
says, well, sorry guys, but I think that's it for me tonight.
Yeah, that just leads to the roof. Alright, well cheers for sticking around with us, man. Oh my God. Did I, like, glitch out Nick for having him fall?
I don't know.
Nick! Come on, man. Alright, you know what? Yeah, I have an idea. I'm just gonna sit here and I'll wait in this cell, because this is the cell he's in. So...
That guy says, I like how the stream is continuing the story 2 hours in and you've only had one story conversation.
It ain't for a lack of trying! Oh, come on. Seriously? Alright, well. If nothing else,
Relax with some chems, huh?
I'm just gonna drop my stuff. That way I can move around at more than a walking
And then
pace.
find him.
I'll find him, and then I'll see what I can do with him in a little while. Okay, I think if I fast travel, it'll reset him. So, alright, let's just get rid of non-essentials. Cryos, I don't need. Frag grenades, I don't need that many. Frag mines, I don't need that many. Kellogg's pistol, I'm keeping that on me. Grandma's tooth, keeping that on me. Molotovs, don't need that many. Occam's razor. I did rename Pikmin's knife to Occam's razor. That way I have the fancy rad magic on it.
Oh dear.
Shelly, Snake Eyes.
Oh dear.
What?
Unturn's trying to update, and I only just noticed.
Oh, yeah. Please shut that down.
I did. I paused it. Mortigan says you might have to fast travel.
Yeah, I'm thinking I will.
I think he's glitched out. I think we're gonna have to.
Yeah, I think so too. Well, I'm gonna drop the rest of my junk in here. Hopefully, that'll put me over the carry limit. Rather under. Oh, sweet. All right, cool. I can move again. Excellent. So, I guess I'll just fast travel to Good Neighbor and see if Nick follows me.
Yeah, and then take all the stuff that he's gotten. Oh,
Yeah.
And then come back here, drop everything off.
Yeah. Alright, so saving. Let's get to Good Neighbor, shall we? Feel like I've spent enough time here in this city.
Clicky clicky.
Come on with the clickety clack. And seriously, that's only the problem I ever have while streaming. It
doesn't
it
happen.
never happens while I'm just playing on my own.
I think it's something to do with streaming. Just freaks it out for some reason. Sock has to VRV.
Alrighty.
Good Neighbor. Lowest place in the Commonwealth. Everything not nailed down rolls through here at some point.
So what you're saying is, it's a hive of scum and
I
villainy.
think where are we supposed to go? Because we're supposed to talk to Hancock about the thing that we did.
I think I might as well just check in with him while I'm here.
And then we have to figure out where
The memory den. I know where the memory den is.
That's right, you explored this place when I wasn't here. That's why I have no idea where anything is.
I haven't actually, I think, gone inside yet.
In case you're wondering, the Diamond City radio signal comes in loud and clear here in Good Neighbor. And that Travis, man, he got good.
Yay!
Well, I'm happy to see you think so.
That makes me happy.
Alright, Hancock. How are
How's
you?
my little scout doing? You find out what's happening at Pikmin Gallery?
I think he'd appreciate sarcasm.
Let's just say Pikmin's art isn't going to have much resale value once all those bodies start decaying.
Well, they say all artistic inspiration is ephemeral, am I right?
Indeed.
Wish I could say that was the most twisted thing I've ever heard of, but it ranks up there. Top 3. I'll put the word out. Tell people to stay clear in that area.
Oh, it's safe now.
You is definitely one of my better moments. Here, spend the money in good health.
Aye, sir.
Sometimes you need to sacrifice a piece to keep the game going. Keep that in mind.
If you're attempting to intimidate me, you're failing miserably.
Fahrenheit. Really?
Alright then.
And Nick's just like, I'm just gonna sit here.
Cambridge ruins yesterday. Heard this weird distress call. Somebody's in a pickle.
That's 2 people who have said the Cambridge ruins.
Yeah. Something's happening in Cambridge.
We need to go there.
Yeah.
This is gonna drive me nuts. Because the more people tell me, the more I'm like,
I know.
goody two-shoes senses tingling.
Okay.
Must find out. Distress
Well,
signal.
Nick, let's get going.
I don't
Skole SQ. My day is... Wait, Monday is ladies' night. Wednesday...
Something.
I can't make out the
I have
rest.
no idea what that says.
Vaudeville... Something. I don't know.
Bunny says, I love Nick. He's such a cyberpunk noir character.
He really is. I think Nick is one of my favorite companions so far. I know there are several
You
companions.
said that before. When you met Fahrenheit the first time, you said that same exact line to her.
She's just such a tryhard.
Mortigan says, seduce the singer.
Mr. Valentine, I thought you had forgotten
walked out of the den, Irma, but I'd never walk out on you.
Amari's downstairs, you big flirt.
Okay.
She must be the madam of this establishment.
Mm-hmm.
Follow Nick.
Hi. I ain't sure what I think about you. Hey, Nick, wait up.
This place is creeping me out.
I feel like I'm gonna need a shower after this.
Deadpool says, this game is like, I must go here. Oh, look, a shiny. I must investigate. Yeah.
In all fairness, that's most games that come from this company.
I take it this isn't a social call.
Yeah.
Oh, are we supposed to talk to her? Oh, yeah.
I think I'll let Nick explain.
This one's all yours, Nick.
We need a memory dig, Amari, but it's not going to be easy. The perp, Kellogg, is already cold on the floor.
Are you two mad? Putting aside the fact that you're asking me to defile a corpse.
I did that.
You do realize that the memory simulators require intact, living brains to function.
Sure.
Please help us.
Can you come up with an idea?
Please. Nick told me you're the only one who can make this work.
This dead brain had inside knowledge of the Institute, Amari. The biggest scientific secret of the Commonwealth. You need this, and so do we.
Fine. I'll take a look. But no guarantees. Do you have it with you?
Here you go.
Here's what I could find.
What's this? This isn't a brain. This is... Wait. That's the hippocampus. And this thing attached to it? A neural interface?
Those circuits look awfully familiar.
I'm not surprised. From what I've seen, all Institute technology has a similar architecture.
Go on.
Go on, Doctor.
Mr. Valentine is an older generation synth. But Institute technology being what it is, the brain implant could fit him. But that's an incredible risk to take. We're talking about wiring something to his brain.
Could that
Don't
corrupt
worry
his
about
mind?
me, Amari. I'm well past the warranty date anyway.
I'd rather not take excess risks. Can you give me any sort of assurance that this will work safely?
You really think this will work, Nick?
No idea. But we got a missing kid on the line. That's worth the risk.
Alright then.
Just sit down.
If I start cackling like an old grizzled mercenary, pull me out, okay?
Let's see here.
Oh, dear.
I need you to keep talking to me, Mr. Valentine. Any slight change in your cognitive functions could be dire. Are you feeling any different?
There's a lot of flashes. Static. I can't make sense of any of it, Doc.
That's what I was afraid of. The mnemonic impressions are encoded. It appears the Institute has one last fail-safe. There's a lock on the memories in the implant.
So...
Is there a way to break it?
Yeah. How do we get past that?
Tell me you have a way past this, Doc.
Let me think. The encryption is too strong for a single mind. But what if we use two?
What are you proposing?
Both you and Mr. Valentine into the memory loungers. Run your cognitive functions in parallel. He'll act as a host, while your consciousness drives through whatever memories we can find.
Sure.
All right. Let's get started.
Just sit down over there and keep your fingers crossed.
You sound so confident.
See you on the other side.
I appreciate the potential sacrifice, Nick.
Chosen One says I beat this game 3 times already and I'm still playing it. Deadpool says same here, I'm on my 4th playthrough. I don't like this idea.
At this point, I consider Nick a close friend, because... Wow.
That's such a risk he took.
It is.
It's I don't like this. I'm very
This is-
uncomfortable.
Initiating brainwave migration between the transplant and the host. Mnemonic activity coming from the transplant. It's degenerated, but it's there. We're going to load you into the strongest memories we can find. They might not be stable. Just hold on.
That's...
concerningly similar to Tranquility Lane.
Do you think it's the same technology?
It's similar. Alright, so.
Can you hear me? Ah, good. The simulation appears to be working, although the memories are quite fragmentary. I'll try to step you through the intact memories and hope we find one that gives us some clue to the Institute's location. There. This is the earliest intact memory I can find.
Oh, this is creepy.
Okay.
Remember, you are experiencing these memories as Kellogg. This may prove disorienting at first.
Turn down the goddamn radio! I'm trying to sleep!
Some kid reading Grognak comics.
Me.
So he came from an abusive household.
I was such a dummy back then. What did I know about how the world worked? I think now she wanted me to kill him. I should have. Instead, I ended up running away. I told myself I wanted to find somewhere out from under the thumb of the NCR and all their rules. But really, I was running from the guilt of not protecting her from Dad. It doesn't matter now, though.
What a joke. What's it mean, Mom? Nothing, Connie. People like to talk and hope someone else is going to keep them safe.
Teacher at school said the NCR would bring back the good old days, like before the big war.
Don't you listen to that twaddle. I'm going to stop sending you if that's what they're teaching you.
I'm going out. Where the fuck did you put my boots?
Listen to me, Connie. You take this. You're old enough. You're the man of the family now. It's your job to protect us. Your father's useless, but you won't turn out like him. You're a good boy. And all that on the radio, all useless talk. The only thing that will protect you in this world is that gun in your hands. You need to learn to use it if you're going to survive.
I will, Mom. I promise. I won't let you down.
You've always been my good boy.
This doesn't seem to be what we're looking for. There appears to be another intact memory close to you in temporal sequence. There. Try that one.
So we're stepping through the steps of his life.
So is that his pistol, the one we took?
Yeah, he's made many modifications to it since. That's the same frame. That is his gun.
The thing about happiness is you only know you had it when it's gone. I mean, you may think to yourself that you're happy, but you don't really believe it. Focus on the petty bullshit or next job or whatever. It's only looking back, by comparison with what comes after, that you really understand that's what happiness felt like. It's gonna be fine. You'll see.
But we don't know anybody here. And now with the baby?
Come on, Sarah, you gotta give it a chance. I finally got steady work with a good outfit. Nothing like that in the NCR these days.
No, I'm not saying this was a mistake. I'm just... Are you sure these guys know what they're doing? They seem kind of green.
I know, but that's where I come in. Just wait. In a few years, I'll be running my own crew. As soon as I make the connections I need. Then I can give you anything you want. And little Mary, too.
I never worried about you before. Must be my mama instincts kicking in. Who knew I had those, huh?
Come on, you're great with her. And you don't need to worry about me. Most of it's just running security for the she. A lot of standing around looking tough.
They sure picked the right person for that job.
Listen, it's gonna be great here. See this? This is what's gonna keep you and Mary safe. I promise.
I know, Connie. I'm sure we're gonna be really happy here.
We are. You'll see. That's okay. I got it.
Let's keep looking. I'll connect you to the next intact memory.
Oh, this is not going to go well.
So I had pegged him correctly. Once upon a time, he was an alright guy.
It's gonna be fine. You'll see.
Something went terribly wrong. And that's when he started killing people.
So sad.
How did you think this was gonna end, Kellogg? You thought you could just fuck with us, and we wouldn't fuck with you? Just so you know, they died like dogs. And you weren't there to help them.
I found another memory to try. I'll connect you.
They killed his family, didn't they?
Isn't clear who it was. I'd assume someone that a client sent him after and then decided to take it out on him instead of his employer.
Mind if we sit down?
Suit yourself. There's always someone who wanted someone else dead. Sometimes just roughed up, but dead was usually what they wanted. Sometimes they thought they could cheat me. That was usually only when I first arrived somewhere. Didn't matter to me. I just took it as part of the job. A little extra thrown in for free. I always got paid in the end. One way or another.
So, I hear you'll take care of people's problems. Is that right?
If you pay me.
Oh, we'll pay you. And you'll do this all by yourself.
That's right.
We pay you when the job's done. Is that okay?
That's the way you want to do it. So who do you want dead?
Well, it's like this. There's his family. Lives down the creek a ways.
Well, we seem to be getting closer. Try this next one.
So he started working as an assassin. And after he lost his family, he lost his morals.
Or he's about to lose. No, this is about the...
Mr. Kellogg, I'm glad you decided to meet with me.
So, you're with the Institute. I wanted to see for myself if you really existed.
We do, as you can see.
What do you want?
It's come to my attention that you've been rather disruptive of our operations lately. This must stop.
I do what people pay me to do. If that's a problem for you, I can see only one way out.
And what's that, Mr. Kellogg?
If I'm working for you, there's no more problem. From what I hear, you can afford me.
I don't think you fully understand the situation you're in.
I think I do.
Very well. B-748, initiate. Impressive. We may have something to talk about after all.
Getting warmer. One of these has got to tell us something. We're running out of brain here. There's one that looks mostly intact. Connecting now.
Once upon a time, I might have liked him.
Probably the point of this.
Manual computers are still working. That's good. Checking through the logs. Hopefully it's all...
Just find it.
Pod C6, down the hall near the end.
I was now the Institute's main operator in the Commonwealth. If they needed something done, they came to me. It wasn't usual for anybody from the Institute to come along on a mission, so this one stood out. They didn't know then who it was we were grabbing from the vault. Of course, neither did they. Not really.
This is the one. Here.
Open it.
Is it over? Are we okay?
Almost. Everything's gonna be fine.
Come here. Come here.
Wait. No. I got him.
Let the boy go. I'm only gonna tell you once.
I'm not giving you Sean.
God damn it. Get the kid out of here and let's go. At least we still have a backup.
Cryogenic sequence reinitialized.
I was now the Institute's main operator in the Commonwealth.
I've already heard this.
They needed something.
I'm almost finished, Kellogg. I just need to confirm. Come on. All right, we're good.
I'm sorry you had to go through that again. I found another intact memory. Whenever you're ready.
There was someone else in that pod. So...
They took someone else?
Manual override initiated.
all the corpses that we saw in the other pods, they were all woken up when we were. They were just left in there to starve and die.
All computers are still working. That's good. Checking through the logs. Hopefully it's all...
Just
hang on.
Find it.
I want to check something.
Pod C6.
Yeah.
Down the hall near the end.
Even then, I knew it was a mistake leaving him alive. I understood that kind of revenge. No one better. But I was cocky enough to assume I could handle some soft, pre-war vault dweller, even if he somehow got thawed out. At least I know those Institute bastards will soon get what's coming to them, too. If he could take me out, they won't be able to hide from him for long.
What about our wife?
Hang on.
I never knew why we didn't just refreeze the rest of them. But we had our orders. Guess the old man didn't want so many loose ends. Too bad he left alive the one person he shouldn't have.
The old man, huh?
What about our wife?
Hang on.
I never knew why we did.
This is the one. Here.
Open it.
Primary subject.
I'm glad I didn't have to kill the kid. I'm not saying I haven't done it, but I never like to. And yeah, I guess it did remind me of her. Yeah, I'm a cold-hearted bastard for sure, but still human. Better this way, though. Better than taking her kid and leaving her alive.
Sounds like you're trying to convince yourself.
Is it over? Are we okay?
Almost.
I'm concerned I might have missed a few other activatable things in previous memories.
I think so.
I think I might have. I don't know.
Is that your son? This appears to be a very recent memory, so good news, I think.
Wasn't my idea to settle down with the kid in the middle of Diamond City. I thought it was a terrible idea, actually. But it was one of the old man's pet projects, so here we were. Me and the kid. Like a happy little family. I ended up kind of liking it. A reminder of what my life might have been if things had turned out differently. But there's no going back. I knew it was just temporary. It'd be back to normal business before too long.
So he had him for 10 years.
Can we click on what Kellogg has?
His whole setup in Diamond City was part of some elaborate plan of the old man's. Seems obvious now that we were bait for our friend from the vault. Timing couldn't have been an accident. It's not how the old man works. I wonder if he outsmarted me in the end. Another loose end tied up.
Kellogg.
It's okay. One of these days you're gonna get your head blown off just barging in here like that.
Minimizing my exposure to civilians is a priority.
Forget I said anything. So what's the big crisis this time?
New orders for you. One of our scientists has left the Institute.
Left? As in?
He's gone rogue. Name's Dr. Brian Virgil. We know he's hiding somewhere in the glowing sea. Here's his file.
Wow. Some heads are gonna roll for this. Capture and return, or just elimination?
Elimination. He was working on a highly classified program.
No kidding. One of the top bioscience boys? Damn. So, I guess you're taking the kid back with you.
Affirmative. Your only mission is to locate and eliminate Virgil.
You're taking me home with my father?
Yes. Stand next to me and hold still.
Okay.
Can we access the memory on him?
The new breed of synths could easily pass as human.
I thought as much.
Some of them did. But the coursers, they weren't built to blend in. They were killing machines, pure and simple. Smarter, stronger, and faster than almost any real human. I'm just glad they were always on my side.
So we knew Kellogg wasn't his dad.
X688. Ready to relay with Sean.
Bye, Mr. Kellogg. I hope I see you again soon.
Bye.
Alright then.
Teleportation. Now it all makes sense. Nobody's found the entrance to the Institute because there is no entrance. Let me pull you out of there as soon as you're ready.
Wait, we can go back.
Yeah. Alright. Apologies for sticking around and lingering in this. I want to check some of the previous memories just to make sure I haven't missed anything.
Oh, that's an exit now.
Yeah.
I bet that's an exit sign.
So...
Yeah.
Memory launcher. Oh, that's exit. Alright, so I just want to run through these and check.
That's so sad.
So on some level, I think he cared about him. I checked this pretty thoroughly.
Everything's gonna be fine.
Exactly, I was just Cliff's face when that happened.
The eggheads never liked taking orders from a dirty, contaminated degenerate like me. But they needed me. And I made sure they knew it.
What about the one who took her kid?
I've got him.
Let the boy go. I'm only... The eggheads never...
I like that I can cancel out his, like, speech just clicking it again.
It was very sad. We have to wait for it to reset.
That is kind of the impression that I had from him at first.
I'm glad you decided to meet with me.
I finally ended up in the Commonwealth. I kinda ran out of road. Plus, I'd come to terms with life. I wasn't gonna be stupid enough to get mixed up with caring about other people again. It was just me against the world. And the world had it coming. So, you're with... You heard all sorts of rumors about the Institute. But I figured they were just a convenient boogeyman for anything bad that ever happened. They were real, all right. They didn't know anything about operating on the surface. Relied on their synths for everything. They had the resources I needed, and I had the expertise they needed. Turned into a permanent arrangement, which suited me just fine. The Institute. I wanted to see from... First synths weren't all that impressive. I'm good, but I'm not that good. But the Institute could always make more, and kept making them better each time. They still give me the creeps, but you have to get used to them if you want to work with the Institute. Myself, it really existed.
We do.
I especially want to see if we can get some more detail on his raid on whoever it was that killed his family.
I don't remember much from that time. It all kind of blends together. It was almost always a bar, though. That's universal.
Mind if you sit down?
There was always a job for someone like me. Didn't matter what it was. Didn't matter who I was supposed to kill. I got pretty good at it.
Have I heard this?
Suit yourself. I didn't care where I was going. Ended up mostly wandering east. Getting as far away from San Francisco as I could, maybe.
This hallway.
This is the kind of thing I would edit into a more coherent stream of events if I were actually like properly recording this. So apologies for the janky approach to this.
How did you think this was going to end, Kellogg?
This is kind of a take it or leave it.
You thought you could just fuck with us, and we wouldn't fuck with you? Just so you know,
Maybe when he
they
opens the
died
door, you can
like dogs. And you weren't there to help them.
I don't think he was thinking much on this.
Exactly.
I don't think he wants to think much on that.
Yep. Alright. Well, as far as the family...
We didn't click on her or the kid.
That's true. Because I kind of thought in each stage at first that there was just one diatribe.
We didn't click on the door.
But we don't know anybody here.
In the first
Whatever made me think that a guy like me should have a daughter? No, I never deserved her. Not for 1 second.
No, with the baby?
Come on, Sarah, you gotta give it a chance.
Oh.
I finally got steady work with... I thought San Francisco was my chance to start fresh. I was the hot shit, the gunslinger from the hub, rolling into town with the world at my feet. Everybody knew I was the one who'd shot Valdez. And I could write my own ticket to any outfit in town. It all worked out pretty damn well. For a while. Good enough. Nothing. I was the worst thing that ever happened to her. If she'd never met me, she'd have stayed in the hub, maybe hooked up with someone who didn't kill people for a living. Probably been happier than she was with me. almost certainly lived longer. Like that NCR these days. The thing about happiness is...
I'm not saying this is a mistake. I'm just...
The door
Are you
is...
sure?
Because we clicked on the mom, right?
I think so.
Dad was either drunk or not around. I guess he must have run with one of the raider gangs, but I never really knew what he did. Don't know why Mom was with him. Maybe at some point in his life he wasn't a complete asshole.
Goddamn radio! I'm trying to sleep.
Mom knew how it was. She wasn't soft, but she loved me in her way. And she protected me from Dad. That cost her more than a few beatings. I never knew what happened to her after I left. I didn't want to know. Not then. People are always hoping for something better. They usually end up with something worse.
Well, I think that's it.
Yep.
So let's head for the exit.
That's really sad.
Again, I apologize for the kind of cut up sequence of events there.
These guys know what they're doing. They think.
And as far as, critical commentary of all this is concerned,
How did you think this was gonna
his voice
end,
actor
Kellogg?
did a superb job.
You thought you could just fuck with us, and we wouldn't fuck with you?
So I guess I'm after his last target in the glowing sea then.
As you can see.
Because we got to him before he finished that
Yeah.
assignment, I think.
I think he was essentially researching where he would head when I caught up with him.
Still can't believe they left him there to starve to death.
Because they were in there without life support for 10 years then. Since
Kellogg.
Sean actually was the kid that was seen with him.
One of these days you're gonna get...
Well, that was...
So he was only recently remanded to the Institute's care then.
Kellogg told him about it.
Slow movements, okay? I don't know what kind of side effects the procedure might have had.
Fair enough.
No one's ever done this before. How do you feel?
I'm alright.
I'm okay, Doctor. Thank you.
That's good. But I want you to keep monitoring yourself. We have to be sure there's no long-term damage. Are you ready to talk about what happened in there?
I guess we'll just start with Kellogg, or maybe...
Let's talk about Kellogg.
Yeah.
Because that's what hit me the most about that.
Yeah.
I saw Kellogg's life. The man who ruined my family. The man I killed.
That's right. He was a human being just like the rest of us. And he had reasons for being what he was, however cruel. How does that make you feel?
I don't know.
Does it matter? I mean, at the end of it, and I think some of y'all may have kind of seen this in the way that I approached that last fight, it was personal and yet it wasn't. It was only personal on principle. Because I could tell
Do we forgive him?
in his diction, I could tell he wanted me to kill him. He wanted it to end.
Should we
And
forgive
given what happened, I was only too happy to give him that.
him? Should we let go of that hate for him?
I wouldn't necessarily say I forgive him.
feeling dizzy?
Yeah. I don't know.
I don't know.
I'm not sure, Doctor.
I don't know if there's any right way to feel either. We're getting off track. The important thing is that we discovered the Institute's greatest secret, teleportation. The only question is, what do we do now?
Virgil.
That scientist Kellogg was supposed to track down. Virgil. We need to find him.
You're right. A rogue Institute scientist could answer all kinds of questions.
Exactly.
Where did the memory say he was? The glowing sea? That doesn't make sense. No one goes there.
Perfect place to hide.
Not even if they were desperate.
It's a perfect hiding spot.
That's why he's there. To make the Institute think twice about following him.
That must be it. He's using the radiation of the glowing sea like a shield or a cloak, a way to throw them off and be at an advantage. If Virgil found a way to survive there, you'll have to do the same. If you're going to follow him.
I am.
Anti-radiation.
How do I fight that much radiation, Doctor?
There are chemical compounds. Rad-X, Rad-Away. You'd need as much as you could carry. Maybe more.
Power armor helps.
A sealed environment suit would be great if you could find one. Or maybe one of those suits of power armor. That would be perfect.
So I need to make a rad suit.
Alright.
I'll find a way.
I'll find a way to get through the rads. Don't worry.
Good luck. And be safe. By the way, I unplugged Mr. Valentine first. Remove the implant while you were waking up. He's waiting for you upstairs.
Alright then. So I assume he's fine.
I hope so.
Either that, or I'll kill every last one of you. Alright then. Cheers, Doc. Appreciate the help.
That guy said that took much longer than it should have.
Yeah, apologies for that.
But we wanted to see everything.
I hadn't realized until very late that there were multiple things to click on in each memory stage. So, again, I could have approached that in a more concise manner. I just hadn't realized it. I'll check with you some other time.
I don't want to talk to.
Hey, Nick.
Nick.
You seem alright?
What you were looking for inside my head. That was right. I should have killed you when you were on ice.
Nick? I ain't in the mood to get fucked with right now, Nick.
Nick, are you still in there?
What? What are you talking about?
Sounded like Kellogg.
Mm-hmm.
You sounded like Kellogg just then.
Did I? Mari said there might be some mnemonic impressions left over.
I can see that.
Anyway, I feel fine, so let's get going.
I think I can handle this on my own.
Yeah. I don't want to call him a risk, but...
Yeah...
Wait. Take him and then send him home because we need to get his stuff.
True.
Should we talk to him about the glowing sea?
Yeah, might as well.
We have to head into the glowing sea. Any advice?
I'm a synth, so radiation isn't much of an issue for me, but an old suit of power armor might just be the guardian angel you're looking for. That, or you could buy up all the Rad-X and Rad-Away you can find from any chem dealer who's got it in stock.
I have a few suits lying around.
We're...
Come with me. We have some things to take care of first.
Let's get going, Nick.
Been one heck of a ride so far. Let's see where it takes us next.
You know what?
Hey, let me ask you something.
What's up?
Sure.
Is something wrong?
Well, I sort of had the same question. It's just, with everything that's happened with you and your family, it's a whole hell of a lot to process. I wanted to make sure you're holding up all right.
I have to cope. That is what we're after all.
Doesn't really matter. I'm here now. I've just got to deal with that.
Good attitude to have. Not the way I felt. Took me a long damn time to get a feel for this place. Thank goodness I found Diamond City. It's got its flaws, sure, but it beats the hell out of anywhere else in the Commonwealth.
I ain't so sure about that.
I took up there back when, people were just as scared of the Institute as they are now. Maybe more. The massacre of the CPG was still pretty fresh in people's minds at that point. And folks were still losing sleep over the broken mask. Plenty of people assumed I was just a saboteur, moving in to melt down the reactor or poison the drinking water.
Lucky you're still
At
alive.
the time, they couldn't exactly turn me away.
Broken Mask?
What was the
Massacre?
CPG massacre?
Massacre of the CPG? What's that?
The Commonwealth Provisional Government. Years back, a group of settlements tried to get together and form a coalition. Every settlement with even a hint of clout sent representatives to try and hash out an agreement. Only the Institute sent a representative of their own, a synth. The man killed every rep at the talks. The Commonwealth Provisional Government was over before it even got off the ground.
They were
I
scared.
took up in town not long after. I was damn lucky they didn't just tell me to scram right then and there.
Or shoot you.
What's the Broken Mask?
Broken Mask?
This was long before I'd moved to town, but apparently some gentleman type shows up in Diamond City, heads down to Power Noodles. Guess he didn't like the food because he pulled his pistol and opened fire on the folks enjoying theirs. When security finally put enough holes in him to drop him, they say he was full of servos and sprockets, just like yours truly.
Gen 3.
Seems he malfunctioned, went berserk. It was the first time people realized that synths had stopped looking like me and started looking like them. Considering what these folks went through, I felt real lucky they let me in the front gate at all.
Bigots?
Why'd they let you in?
Because I'd rescued the mayor's daughter. Gal of about 15. Pride and joy of the mayor back then. Man by the name of Henry Roberts. The young Miss Roberts decided she'd run off with some caravan hand she'd known for an evening. Turns out the guy was part of a gang of kidnappers. I didn't even know who I was rescuing. Just stumbled on a crying girl and 4 toughs. I took her home and the mayor dubbed me a hero. Offered me a place in town. Lots of folks protested, said I was a spy, but he wouldn't have it. Taking up in the city was tricky at first, but I never tried to hide what I was, and people seemed to warm to that.
Was it hard settling in?
Yeah, they sure didn't make it easy. I started off doing the jobs no one else wanted. I got more banged up being Diamond City's handyman than I ever did living out in the ruins. But I guess folks never forgot I rescued the mayor's daughter, so they started coming to me when people went missing. Wife runs off with a new paramour and takes the rent money with her. Talk to the synth. An upset father decides moving him and the kids to Good Neighbor in the dead of night's not the worst damn idea since the bomb. Go get Nick. After a while, the jobs got so backed up, they didn't even ask me to do the handyman stuff anymore. Hell, I was so happy to do it, it was months before I started charging anyone. I never stopped being Nick the synth, but it was Nick the detective folks came to see. It was about then that things finally started feeling normal. It took me a long time to realize that home is where you make it. And with some time and effort, this place can be home for you, too. And it's a long story, but I hope it helps. Want to get moving? You see a lot of folks at their worst in my line of work. Hard to not let it get to you sometimes.
I know that feeling, Nick.
Okay, so the Epic Derp Turtle says at Last Level Press, what do you think about the game? I really like it so far.
I adore it. Like, I try not to think about this experience for what it isn't, which a lot of people do, and I like to just appreciate it for what it is.
That guy says there's obscure little side quests in the memory den.
I figured as much.
I'm not ready to.
I'll check in with that another time.
Shall we go back?
Yeah. So,
well, we need to go back so we can take our stuff
yeah.
in our new
so
apartment.
Nick, let's...
Oh, it's 9:44, by the way.
Alright.
So we might want to...
I may call it an evening here, because I think setting out into the glowing sea is kind of a Herculean undertaking as far as the next step in the story. So I think I'm going to, stash all my stuff away, maybe hash out some additional chatting with Nick, maybe check in with Piper, let her know, because, much as I ain't a fan of her, she has helped us, and she is an information dealer, so if anything else, she is someone that it could perhaps, work in our favor to keep in the loop.
Useful.
Yeah.
Let's
All
go
right
to our
then.
house and then
So I think that exactly what we just saw is what someone meant with the whole hand him a screwdriver and he'll fix himself. He was just screwdrivering his mechanical hand.
Deadpool says, have you done any modding on your weapons or armor?
Let's get you examined right
How do you mean? Like as far as customization? Because yes. If you mean literally like modding, then textures, yeah, that's about it.
Noah, Ken, I'm just could you hop in a TS for a few seconds?
Yeah, sure.
An Epic Dirt Turtle says about how we feel about the game. I agree completely. Also, what's your best power?
I have a full suit of XL1, so I may make a couple of adjustments to it because I already customized the hell out of it. I need to make sure it's as rad resistant as I can make it, because I suspect Glowing Sea is just pure radiation all around. You get the hell away from my door.
Scout says you missed his story of taking out the guys. He said he was a bomb and started going beep beep beep.
That's funny. Thing is, like, when it comes to Nick, it doesn't surprise me at all that he took on 4 guys.
No.
Because he's just a hoss. So I'm just like, I can just take it at face value. Oh, he took out 4 guys. All right, cool.
Let's get
Alright, so, yeah, Nick,
Hey. Go on. Looking for something?
Yeah, sorry about having you carry all of this.
You should put the comfy pillow on your bed.
Let me just take all of that. Thank you.
Anything I can look for you?
Appreciate it, Nick. I'm just gonna stash the.
What about his weapon?
He should have his ordinary weapon on him.
Are you sure you didn't just steal it?
Because that's why I scrolled down to see if there was something with a tick on it.
But you should put the comfy pillow on the bed.
Yeah. Well, I stashed it in there just now. Like I said, I'll make some renovations to this home another time while I'm off stream, and then I'll refamiliarize y'all with it the next time I start up and visit the place. So for now, I'm just stashing a lot of this. So rest assured, this stuff isn't just going to sit in here. I'll take it out and scrap it and sell stuff. I just don't want to waste y'all's time on stream with this.
But we need to get to where we can.
Yeah, I need to, get to my weight level. So.
Mr. Mediocre
Cool.
says,
All right.
"Hey, it's your
Hey! I haven't heard from you in a long time, man.
Glad to hear from you."
Yeah, hell yeah. All right, so.
Where does that door go? I'm just curious.
Yeah, I am kind of curious where this opens out. All right, let's see.
Does it just open out next door?
It may open out like near the garden. In which case, that means I have a rear
Dirt
deck.
Turtle says, me too. I have it marked 6 with jetpack. Also, you can go in the Glowing Sea with the XO1. It gives you 1050 rad resistance, and you only get 1 rad per second when you go there.
Excellent. All right, I'll check into that.
Excuse me, I just wanted to stop by, offer my services again.
Oh no, you can get the hell away from me, Sim. I'm not telling you anything about Buddy just so you can snatch him.
Sorry you feel that way. If you ever change your mind, I'll be more than happy to help you bring Buddy home. Who do you think actually won the war?
Except Sis. No Sims
Nobody,
allowed
I
here.
guess.
Yeah. I get the feeling you'll see her again, Nick.
Mr. Mediocre says, "How have you been? You guys been?"
Don't walk outside
All
the
right,
wall
man.
undefended. High quality protection for sale.
Just an ordinary piece of wood.
All right.
Everything I got will keep you safe.
What you got?
Indeed.
Give us.
Sure.
So,
Let's take a look. Something for everyone.
as far as fielding the question, pretty much same old, just kind of continuing on with the daily grind, as it were. Is there anything I wanted to...
The big boy.
Shoots an additional projectile. So that's the same rad enchantment that my pipe revolver has. That's just on a fat man.
Oh, Epic Dirt Turtle says, the rads are no problem. The real problem is the firepower. What's your best weapons? Maybe we should
I have
grab
a
Big
few.
Boy.
I don't know. Like, I hate using fat man just because...
I know. It's so overkill and you can't...
Well, it isn't the overkill factor. Like, if it was just... You can't be precision. If you have companions around,
They might get
it can affect them. If there are innocents around, it can affect them. And if you want to loot things, the explosion just sends everything flying. So it's so much more trouble than it's worth to use fat boys most of the time. Alright, ooh. Alright.
Soxena says, yeah, there might be a Deathclaw or 6.
I'm sure there's a few. I know of a town on the edge of the Glowing Sea that's crawling with them, so I'd imagine the interior is even worse.
Mr. Mediocre says, I was a server at the Chili's they go to every Friday.
Yep.
And I'm an ex-Call of Duty streamer.
Yeah, we saw him weekly.
Yep. Which is actually where we're going to be headed.
Indeed.
Here in a couple
So if you want to meet us at Chili's, man, feel free. We're heading out in a little while. Deals double damage if the target's at full health. So it's an ambush weapon.
I was curious, and then
Recon powerful. So I think I've accomplished all of the like story that I want for this evening.
yeah, I think we did. I think we've got what we need.
So let's see, like, I want to, because there's a few times she and I have had like chats after stream that I kind of wish. What?
Should talk to Doc Crocker over at the Mega Surgery Center.
Ooh.
I appreciate it, man. Actually, because he's looking out for me. Anyway, there's a couple of chats that she and I have had after stream that I kind of wish we'd had like on stream, on air, or that we might have like recorded or something. Because sometimes we've hashed out like discussions that. Get out of my face!
People are talking to Nick. Free shopping right here. Said, hey Nick.
Well, people know him. He's local.
Mr. Mediocre says, I wish I could, but I live in Seabrook now.
Oh.
It'd be great though. When I'm in town, I'll let you guys know.
Yeah, hell yeah, man. You got me on Steam, so let me know.
Epic Dirt Turtle says, there are no innocents there. No loot, and I mean a weapon that is good but you also commonly use.
Gotcha.
Let's go inside. She had some good stuff.
Yeah, I want to see if she has any more militia hats, because I want to give everyone at the castle a proper hat. Because, I mean, that's the HQ. It's just fitting. So, hey.
Hey, Becky.
You're back. I'm almost starting to like you. What'll it be?
Almost, huh?
Sure. Let's take a look.
Don't bother asking about the thread count.
I'm just after hats.
What's the champion chess piece?
Let's see. Reduces damage from robots. I ain't exactly concerned about it. Could work. Because I need wood.
Yep.
Visor.
Why am I not surprised she has a hazmat suit?
Heavy leather. Having that.
Oh, it's the newsboy cap. I like the newsboy cap.
Pompadour wig. Ratty skirt.
What is that?
I don't think I've ever seen that.
Big one.
I'll pick one of those up. Why not? Dinner rags. Oh no, Shanka. Ooh, yardsticks. I snatch up anything with wood.
We need to get her a mic. Can hardly hear her sometimes.
Oh,
no,
her?
I haven't been talking high enough, I guess.
Yeah.
Or loud enough. Sorry about that, guys.
Yeah. At some point, I want to get like a mic splitter program. I have one that I've experimented with a couple of times. It just isn't all that user friendly.
It does.
Eventually, we want to get each of us mic'd up. That way, it like even those like I've seen a lot of people that are.
Scott says, yeah, I'm thinking about that. Mic and headphones for both would be great.
Yeah. I've seen some people that are even a lot more adept at streaming than we are as far as the technical aspect. Like say the people at GT Live. And they still use a single mic that they just like sit close together with and use. So
the problem is we don't have an area that's easy to
yeah,
do that.
like because the chairs that we use, they've got like armrests on them and stuff.
They're
and
big, they're thick.
And since she's got to keep, so I don't have a second monitor, so she's got to keep track of chat with a laptop. So it means that we kind of have to sit a few feet apart. And as far as the mic pickup, like I could have it come through clearly with each of us. We would get so much echo from my speakers because I'm not using headphones.
Because we both need to
Like,
because we both need headphones.
I already
headphone splitter.
Yeah, like we need the separate audio. The thing is like I already cringe at how much echo I know comes through, especially from dialogue. And if I could mitigate it any more, I would. That's why whenever I've started to do co-op stuff with like recordings and even streams when she isn't around, I always do headphones now. Because whenever I'm streaming with the guys or doing a game jam or recording co-op stuff, it means that we don't get the echo in the recording.
Mr. Mediocre says maybe I could give you my snowball.
Sure. I mean, if you're willing to part with it, man, I'd appreciate it.
I don't even know what that is, but
I'll explain it later.
Okay.
I know what it is.
Over dinner.
Yeah.
How about that? Epic Dirt Turtle says before you buy the big boy, consume chems that give you better charisma. I recommend Day Tripper. The chem dealer at the Drumlin Diner sells it. Also use great ventats and clothes that give charisma.
Right.
I'm
To get
guessing-
as well, I already have a 10 charisma, so I'm not sure exactly how much that would work. Plus, I have a couple of ranks in cap collectors, so it's already kind of cheap.
Yeah.
I mean, as far as caps are concerned.
Yeah.
So let's see. I've already picked up everything from Nick.
Should we tell him to go home?
See, the thing is, I'm starting to rethink leaving him because
I don't want to leave him if he's got Kellogg in him.
that's the thing. I'm concerned he might snap on someone and get himself in trouble.
And we're not here
to help. And if we're chasing an Institute scientist, Kellogg is familiar with these people. Him having access to Kellogg's memories in the field may come in handy.
Yeah.
And the thing is, if it comes down to it, in a weird sort of way, I think if there was anyone Nick would want to kill him, it's probably me.
Yeah.
And I wouldn't exactly kill him with hatred. You know, I would with regret, because it just kind of came to that.
Yeah.
And I think he'd appreciate that. So at this point,
yeah.
He's already kind of corrupted as far as his processors, so I think for his sake, I may actually take him with me.
I think so.
Maybe not for the final fight against the Institute.
No, but the rest of it.
Yeah.
And
No, really. Swear.
Sure. Convincing yourself, are you?
Mr. Mediocre says, I think this is the first time that I've gotten to talk and stream with you guys that I myself am not streaming.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, usually.
You
Alright.
can get plus 10 stats, bobbleheads, clothes, and cabs. Also hit Nick beats the Institute.
I know he does.
We're just worried that they might have like some fail-safe switch.
Yeah, and we know they can control things wirelessly. I'm just concerned that if we were to head to one of their facilities with him in tow, they might just go, oh, well, let me just override his commands and force me to have to kill him. Like, I don't know, and I don't want you to spoil whether or not that's actually true. It's just me immersing myself in the story and the narrative and the setting. That's something I would legitimately find myself concerned with. So, I think I'm gonna head to...
Well, we need our XO1, because XO1 is the best. So
Yeah.
either, do we have a full set at home, or do we need to get the parts from the castle?
I need to get the helmet to the XO1 from the castle, and then the rest of the suit I have at home. So I'll do that real fast, just because I want to familiarize y'all with my power armor suit, because I know some people are curious about that, because some people have asked.
We have to upgrade it again anyway.
Yeah, I just want to check the modifications that are on it and make sure it's spec'd for radiation resistance. Because I think right now I have it spec'd for energy resistance. Because like I've constructed my XO1 as my anti-institute suit. So oh wait no, that's this one.
Sean was really cute.
Yeah.
That's the first time we've seen him.
You know, and the thing is, this is the kind of thing that I wanted to have the conversations about on stream that she and I have had like at dinner, and I wish we had kept it on stream sometimes.
That's the first time we've seen him.
It is the first time we've seen him since he was an infant, and that one line, "Am I going to see my father?" implies Kellogg never lied to him. He told him, "I ain't your real dad. I'm just taking care of you." So
Now, whether
again,
he
like,
thinks the dude at the Institute's his dad, or whether he knows that we are, I don't know.
I don't know. It implies that Kellogg treated him semi-well, at least. I mean, I ain't trying to excuse his actions or anything, even though his hand was kind of forced in many ways. So, I don't know.
Wait, take that torso. It's much better.
No, it isn't.
Mark 3 isn't better than what we have?
Mine is Mark 6.
Oh.
So, no, it isn't.
Oh, okay. Here. What is the ratty skirt anyway?
I ain't putting it on me. If I had a female companion with me, I'd put it on her.
Yeah.
Let's see. Alright, let me just...
We got to see our wife again.
Yeah. Probably one of the worst moments to ever see her in again. Still, though.
That is the first time we've seen Sean as not a baby.
Yeah. And I was...
He was a cute kid. He's a cute kid.
Yeah, and I was really wondering whether or not the kid that Kellogg was seen with in Diamond City was just some other kid that he had abducted for the Institute. It was actually Sean.
It was actually Sean. It was our Sean. And he kept the name.
Yeah.
Because he heard her say,
Exactly.
I'm not giving you Sean.
So, you know, I think that was him kind of respecting her in a weird sort of way. Just kind of like, all right, so that's what she named him, so that's what I'll call him. So, like, it's not, I don't regret killing him, because kill my wife, kidnap my son, I'll kill you for that. At the same time, though, I can at least understand him.
Yeah. Makes me so sad.
Right, there we are. Alright, so...
We need to
Make yourself at home, Nick.
He was opening the door.
I haven't ever shown you my place, have I?
No.
Yeah, get comfy. I think you'd like it.
That guy says, I gotta go. Gotta fight a fever. Oh, no.
Oh, man.
I hope you feel better soon.
Yeah. Whoops.
And
No,
Dirt
no.
Turtle asks what faction Brotherhood of Steel, Railroad, Minutemen siding with currently. We are currently Minutemen.
Yeah. I suspect once I find them, because I haven't yet, I'll probably ally with the Railroad.
Also.
I have also joined the Brotherhood of Steel.
But
I'm kind of wary of them, though.
We're essentially
I'm using them, and I've tried to come across that way as clearly and honestly with them as I could in my dealings with them. Because essentially it's just we have a common enemy. Each of us are after the Institute for our own reasons. And if they're willing to have me, I could certainly use their hardware and personnel and weapons. So
I kind of like dance. So.
Yeah, dance is cool. I like dance. Alright, so what do I need? I need adhesive. I can make adhesive. Can I?
I don't know. It's also 10.
Yeah.
We might just
so
call it a night.
let me just check real fast. Where's my cook pot? I may modify this off stream and then just familiarize y'all with the updates. Can I? No, I can't make vegetable starch. Alright, so let me just check what is in that suit so that...
Marcus says, I have filled my Red Rocket garage with power armors. I got like a dozen of them stuffed in there.
I've just had the 3 for a long time. I didn't actually start collecting more of them until I had the castle. So let's see. Alright, we've got EMP shielding, which does increased energy resistance. What do I do to get rad resistance? There we go. I need lead plating. So I have all of the components for it. I just need more adhesive.
We need more.
So I need to lead plate
Pretty much everything. Yeah.
Alright. I can do that. So I will...
Do that off stream.
Yeah, I'll construct all of that, and I'll just keep the other modifications. That way, when it comes time to actually assault the Institute stronghold, wherever that is, I'll just set it up for energy resistance again, because that's the weapons they use. And then we can hit them hard with the proper sort of gear. However, for forays into the glowing sea, yeah, lead line, radiation resistance. That's a must. So let me save real quick.
I'm looking forward to seeing what it's like having Nick with us.
Yeah, because I haven't actually traveled much with any of the companions. I thought about traveling with Preston, and it just...
we feel bad taking him from the Minutemen.
I know, like...
They need him more than we need him.
The only quests I'd really want to take Preston with me on, as much as I like him, it's not that I dislike him, it's
He's
just...
the cinnamon bun.
He is! And the thing is, I feel guilty taking him away from his responsibilities as a Minuteman. So the only quests I'd want to take him with me on are, like, the going to help settlement quests. Like, he's just with me on a Minuteman squad.
Okay, love.
Huh?
Epic Dirt Turtle says, I like and support the Brotherhood of Steel. If you want to know where to find the railroad, I can tell you. It isn't that much of a spoiler, but I'm willing to help you because it's really hard to find them. Because if it's really hard to find them, I don't know if we'll find them on our own.
Tell her in chat.
Tell me in chat.
Don't tell me yet.
Okay, I'll just keep it in mind.
Yeah. So that if at some point I ask you, where are they? Or, like, am I getting close? You can tell me. I hate spoilers. I appreciate, like, offering and not just, like, saying it, though. So thank you for that.
Scarlet says the stealth boy torso is 100% pointless. Like I said a few streams ago, it makes gun sights invisible, too.
I know, I've seen.
That's stupid.
Yeah. I actually have a chameleon leg piece that does that. I hate the fact that in first person I can't see my front post.
Marcus says it was easy for him, but
Okay.
Mr. Mediocre has given me the hint.
All right.
So I can at least...
So yeah, that way if I ask you for it, then you can at least steer me in the right direction.
Well, some people are like, you should look around these places, and I tend to say, chat says we need to be careful when we're searching these areas.
Yeah.
To try and not, you know, no spoilers, but still check it out
that way,
so you don't miss stuff.
You know, like just telling me, you know, like look thoroughly in this area. I appreciate that because that just tells me that there is something to find there. I don't like it when people tell me specifically what I will find because that removes the mystery.
Yeah, that removes the excitement. Okay, it is 10:05.
So,
I think it's time.
Yeah, I'm just trying.
Not an easy place to travel alone. Nice to have someone watching my back.
Aww.
Likewise, Nick.
I like Nick.
He really is my favorite so far.
Yeah, I love Preston, but I just can't take him with me because I'm like, the Minutemen need him more than I need him.
Exactly. Like I'm more of what's the word I'm looking. I'm the nominal general. Preston's the field commander, man.
Yeah, he's the field commander. He's just not the one that can bring them all together. But
Yeah.
once they're there,
Like,
he's
I'm the
got it.
charismatic figurehead. He's the man on the ground.
Yeah, but like
I mean,
I
so
can't
high.
take
It's just
him with us because they need
so.
him.
All right. So, is there anything else I want to just chat about? Like, is there anything, some revelation that there was in this stream? Because
In other words, he respected us and knew.
yeah,
I think Kellogg knew what was going to happen.
Yeah.
That
He knew I was going to find him, I was going to track him down, and I was going to kill him. And again, I think on some level he wanted that.
Yeah. Epic Dirt Turtle says also, do you have the last minute?
The last minute. Oh, I haven't got that yet. However, I have a Gauss rifle that I think I actually prefer. The last minute, for those who aren't aware, is the unique Gauss rifle that Ronnie Shaw will give you. I have this one, though. Plus 25 damage and limb damage, just has more recoil. I actually prefer that legendary rad enchantment to the one that Shaw can give me. So, for now, I have to come up with a clever name for this one.
Marcus says he's like a Colonel Preston.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, so Epic Dirt Turtle gave me a bit more detailed
Okay.
stuff, and I can see why it might be a little bit harder, because you kind of have to go into some places, and then there's like a puzzle thing.
Gotcha. Okay.
It's the kind of thing that I would expect in my sort of games, not necessarily.
Yeah. If at some point, like, story pacing wise, I feel like now is a good time
To go and look for them.
to find the railroad. I may just ask her to relay to me that information, because there are certain points where I'm like, I think just as far as like the story pace, it would make sense and it would feel right to connect with them at that point. So maybe once I've done a little more with dance, and again, like I am kind of curious. I may at the start of the next stream visit the Pridwin with Nick, because I am curious what that interaction is.
We should visit the police station, Cambridge Police Station.
Yes.
We need to go to the Cambridge.
Yeah, we need to head to Cambridge. Let me jot that down,
Something
actually, just so I don't
is
forget.
wrong in Cambridge, and I don't know what it is, and it's driving me. That's two different people, one in Diamond City
Yeah.
and one in Good Neighbor.
Yeah.
That's mentioned it. That
And
means
that's
some shit is going down.
Yeah, that's a pretty disparate group. Oh no, my pen is like frozen. Okay, there we go. So let me just jot down
Cambridge.
Cambridge
And visit the Brotherhood.
Ruins. And
visit
then
BOS with Nick.
Pridwin with Nick. Cool. Alright.
Okay.
So notes for next time.
For next week.
Yeah.
Next week hype. But yeah, so we will go find out what the fuck's going on in Cambridge, because that seems like serious shit.
Because the thing is, like, I'm now a knight.
Yeah.
Which means if I show up with a synth, they aren't just going to shoot on sight. And if I can chat with Dance, or even with Maxon, I'm so curious
I
what
want to know what happens.
might happen.
Oh,
So,
we have to do that.
hype for next week.
Marcus says Nick has some great quotes for the BOS guys.
I'm sure he does.
Earth Turtle says, I named mine the Minuteman. And
That's
the one
clever.
Ronnie sells has 50% more limb damage and no extra recoil.
Okay. Well, like the one I
They
have now.
suggest use that or the one you have to go to the Glowing Sea.
Yeah, I'm pretty much carrying my Gauss rifle on me at all times now for whenever I just have like that oh shit giant enemy just appeared moment. Like when I fought the Mirelurk Queen, that was Gauss time. my custom laser musket, the Lantern, which I thought was a pretty clever name. I mean, you know, like the Lantern in the clock tower, Paul Revere. It just wasn't cutting it, not for that thing.
Not
so, all right. I think I've explained pretty much all of my like ruminations.
Yeah.
At least as far as I can in the short term after the experience.
That's
so
the problem with some of our dinner conversations.
I know,
it's
like,
been long enough after that it's kind of settled in.
Yeah, things kind of settle in, and certain things just kind of click for me, and I realize certain things.
They
and I
do not
usually
shoot on sight with Nick.
They don't. Excellent. All right. Cool.
So Derp Turtle has told us that they don't shoot on sight, so it is safe to bring him with us.
Yeah, like in lore, that would actually concern me.
Yeah.
So, All right then.
Alright, thank you,
That was fun.
guys.
I enjoyed this. This was good. Like,
We got a lot of new people too.
Yeah, we
Like,
did.
A lot of new
So-
people showed up, and some old friends.
yeah, indeed.
Thank you, Mr. Mediocre.
Yes, indeed.
That's really
So
cool.
cheers and thanks to everybody. You know, new and old alike.
Oh yeah,
Um,
I'm really happy that we got so
and-
many people that showed up tonight.
Yeah, and the one last thing I do want to talk about, just real fast, is that this is kind of what I was talking about with the people who project their criticism of the game. Oh, it's so easy to get distracted. That isn't necessarily part of the game. That just means most people kind of have adventurer's ADD.
I have a
And
hi.
so do I.
Me.
It's just
I admit this.
And yeah, the story does, like, it leaves itself open to do that.
Yeah.
At the same time, though, I feel like if you were to really just say, I'm playing the main story, because I'm interested in that,
You
then,
can do
like,
that.
some of the most engaging experiences I've had with this game, some of them are the side quests, yes. Some of the elements of the main story, though, pretty much everything, like, revolving around Kellogg.
Okay. We have Noah says remember Ken in a TS.
Yes.
And Deadpool says I want the Elder Maxon coat. Yes.
So do I. Like,
Marcus,
IRL, I want that coat.
Marcus says Opera Snork. Don't forget.
Snork! And a Deathclaw.
And a Deathclaw? Snork and a Deathclaw. Is that the new band's name?
It's my new operatic group.
Snork and a Deathclaw. And for everybody who doesn't know what a Snork is, look
from
up
Stalker.
Stalker.
I have a complete Let's Play series of Shadow of Chernobyl. Yeah, I'm just missing the alternate ending episodes on the channel. So if you're new around here and you like Stalker,
check out the YouTube.
Yeah. So there's a link. Self promotion. Links are underneath the Twitch channel.
We've got enough new
How
people.
dare I? It's almost like I'm trying to make a living at this. Maybe I should promote myself once in a while.
Maybe.
So yeah.
You know, just a little tad bit, and you forgot Nightbot again.
I purposely kept it off this time though, because I didn't want like the alerts and especially like the Twitch alerts sounds when I was doing story. So I actually purposely kept it off for this
because
stream.
I was like, I wasn't noticing the whole. Oh yeah, here's our YouTube channel.
Yeah.
Support us. Epic Derp Turtle says, well, goodbye.
Yep. So cheers for turning out.
Mr. Mediocre says, heading out. Yes, we will.
Yeah, we're about to grab some dinner.
Marcus
so.
asks where Rage is. It's coming soon.
Yeah.
Part of the problem was we had some illness issues, migraine problems, and also some technical.
And honestly, if I'm full disclosure, like last month, like I'm fine now. Last month though, I was kind of in like a confidence rut. Like mentally, I just wasn't in a very good place. And for Rage, like I adore that series, and I want to do it right. I want to do it properly, and so I have to come at Rage with a lot of like energy and excitement and enthusiasm. And when I'm just kind of feeling like a meh kind of day, I can't do that. So like I'm fine now. So it's actually on the docket for this coming week to finally get into that, revisit it, record more, and. So that's actually one of, after I've done the last couple of alternate ending episodes for Stalker of Chernobyl. Stalker, Shadow of Chernobyl.
It's okay, we all know you can't talk tonight.
Yeah, of course. That's established.
Clear.
Once I do the alternate ending episodes for that, and then I finish Rage, and the last, I think, episode, maybe a couple of them for Dino Crisis, those are the last episodes I'll ever do with my old screen name. And I kind of want to fully retire that, because it's still, like, lingering.
Yeah. That's okay. We'll
so,
get there.
Yeah, it's coming.
Soon. It's coming.
Yeah, like I can actually.
And look forward to some more Vi content this coming week.
Indeed.
On my channel.
She started pre-recording stuff to start launching for her weekly schedule.
Yes.
Let me find a proper desktop image here. Where's something cool, something fitting, something Fallout? Because I want to show y'all.
Bunny okay.
I want to show you the number of scripts that I have sitting on my desktop of stuff I want to do.
So many, all the stuff.
Come on, where's something?
Stuff
fitting
sandwiches. I also suggest Undertale for a stream one day.
I don't know. I've seen a full Let's Play of it, so it wouldn't really
lot.
have like the revelation effect on me.
Though I'll admit, we talked for a long
We did.
time
We talked for
about that.
hours about Undertale.
What were we watching? We were watching Jacksepticeye's,
yeah.
wasn't we?
Yeah. Superb playthrough of it, mind you. And also, if you
we have not watched his genocide.
yeah, I haven't seen the genocide aspect of it. I have seen the pacifist run via Jack's playthrough of it.
I started crying
and
at the end. I'm not gonna lie.
It's an incredibly emotional experience. If you haven't seen Undertale, check out Ch.17's run through it. I can vouch for it.
Oh,
so real fast,
Scarlett says, I have a good idea for a game jam.
Yeah?
KSP build-off.
I could work with that.
Don says, I would like to show you a mod I think is cool.
Send a link in chat. I'll check it out afterward.
Send a link to me in chat, and
so,
I will click it open.
Yeah, real fast, monitor capture.
Okay,
these here in the center, these are my scripts for projects to come. And over here, these are like games that I still want to do stuff with. So, quick preview of stuff to come.
Oh my gosh.
So yeah, like screenshot that if you want to analyze it and see what's coming. So
sock sandwiches, rip feelings. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That Undertale. That is Undertale in a nutshell.
Yeah, that'll just rip your heart out.
Oh yeah. I sat there and I was like, I need a tissue.
Yeah. So anyway, I think we're gonna call it an evening because I'm getting hungry.
So. I'm really hungry. My sandwich from Panera is gone.
Indeed. So, cheers one and all for sticking around this evening. I had a lot of fun with this,
yeah,
as well as with the chat and the discussion.
I
yeah,
think.
this was I think one of the superior streams lately. So, I'm Ken's Marker at Lestival Press.
I'm Violeta.
And as always, wish you all good gaming and Godspeed.
Bye.
And now we got to do the outro thing, saying our good nights to everybody.
Good night to Marcus, to Epic Turtle,
Mr. Mediocre for turning out,
to Deadpool. To Nomad Studios,
Noah Bob and Ghost, who also turned out,
to Dawn, to the Shield family.